Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Ow. Well, the title obviously speaks for itself. Gematriate. Didn't you used to be in the gematria community, right? I think he used to even talk about you and like shout you out, right? Yeah, D, he definitely is. I mean, this motherfucker, man, he just can't shut his fucking trap to save his life. You just can't do it. Look at that. Look at that. See? This is what I mean, like I said, we all know what it is. I said people just gotta go through the shit. They gotta see, this is why my one brother, he's gonna be coming back like, yo, man, y'all was right. You know, it is. I mean, you know how many people in that community was telling me the same shit? Dr. Savage, same shit. Mad other people, same shit. You know? But yeah, he talking shit. Oh shit, my bad. I got off and I got a message like, yo, he he was just live, just talking all kind of shit. And I look at the title, I'm like, like you talking to me. And I just left it alone. And somebody else messaged me and was like, yo, why he going in on you again? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I look, I see the sign. I was like, I ain't talking about me. That video ain't got nothing to do with me. He like, man, go here. I went and looked. I'm like, what in the fuck? He's literally playing me and RPM Trey's stream from yesterday on his channel. What in the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, I'm serious. Like, guys, we gotta like get a grip. Like, mental illness is fucking real. You gotta know that, Zach. It has some kind of psychological issues. I mean, let's all keep it real. Fuck all everything else. There's something psychologically wrong. Things just don't add up with the guy at all. Does not add up. Doesn't even make any fucking sense. I mean, everybody sees the shit. Everybody sees the lies, the contradictory, the double track, the back talking, the false fucking the false promises to people. Like, I mean, you gotta literally be almost not sitting in the seat of your being to not know what the fuck is going on. And again, goes right back down to MK Ultra Mind Control. And again, the link is in the chat. I know he ain't got the balls to come over here anymore because he done got slayed and sliced and diced right up out of here. Because we're not gonna talk no gematria shit. We're just gonna talk real shit. And he can't do that. If it's not gematria, this guy is just, you talking about a low level intelligence. That motherfucker's got no intelligence outside of the number shits and all that shit. Nothing. Doesn't have any kind of logic, no reasoning, no rational thoughts, none of that shit. Shout out to Sports Gematria off the top for always showing the bullshit, the lies. No, it's not snipped up. It's you, motherfucker. What you're saying to people, what you're doing to people. Like, yo, like the shit. I mean, this again, it's the internet. It's just internet goofy shit. It just really is. Like, again, I just watched 2-3 minutes. I'm like, this motherfucker really talking shit. And then he said, and ironically, I always get to some part where I can. He literally said what I said last night on my stream on how people even made up uh um accounts of Zach. He even said that. Like he literally like he literally said exactly what the fuck I said. So I know he watches all my videos. He just tunes in. I mean, how the fuck do you have time to be on the computer all day and then watch my video, then be on your computer all day, do all the shit you do, and then he knows all the other people that talk about him? I'd be wondering, like, yo, what in the fuck kind of shit that this motherfucker be on to know all of everybody? He knows what Cuts is doing. He knows what RPM trades videos are all about. Like, how the fuck do you literally watch? I mean, what do you got, like 30 fucking devices on and just watching everybody's shit at once? It blows. Honestly, you got to start asking like real questions. Like, there's something, got to be something seriously wrong. And he so-called got a kid on the way. Like, yo, I would be focused on that. Like, this is your first kid and you're up here trolling, yeah, right, the Matrix, who does not affect anything you do. I'm over here by my old business because you have some kind of psychological issues and some attachment issues. Like, you can't just stand the fact that me and RPM Trey are cool. Like, fuck all whatever we know. Just me and him just cool. That's it. Me and him just cool. And you got to go back to doing all the same lies you've been telling for so many fucking years. Oh, this guy, Chris Emery, which everybody knew was a fucking fed, whispered in your ear and said, that guy's a fed. Who the fuck heard that, Zach? I mean, come on, Zach. That is just a lie that you could just use to make somebody look bad because you are the internet's biggest fucking troll. He's the biggest fucking troll. The biggest motherfucking troll on the internet is him. He done trolled every fucking body. I want to see the stream where he so-called got kicked off of Bro Sanchez fucking stream. Like, I want to see that, you know. But the guy is literally over there playing my video, talking about me. If your shit is so solid, like, why would you waste time on somebody like me? I'm not affecting you. Nobody's watching me from you. And if they do come over here, they still rocking with you anyway. So I actually don't affect anything this motherfucker does over there. Nothing. Nothing. I don't understand that. I don't even fucking, I don't got nothing to do with them over there. But here he goes bringing me out again. This is what he did the first time. This is his MO. This is what he does. He just starts targeting fucking people. You know, he even says it. And shout out to Sports Gematria, who fucking sits there and shows what he says about his mother, how she says he is the exact same way. It's like, yo, look at this psychological fucking shit right here. Like, I know I cannot be the only one seeing that shit. How the fuck am I can't be the only one that sees what he says his mom does is it shit runs thick in the fucking blood. Like, seriously. I mean, this shit is unbelievable, man. It truly is unbelievable. Like, exactly. Why does that have to bother me? Right. Why does he got to bother me? I ain't no nothing. Like, what is it? What is the asphyxiation? It doesn't make any sense. What sense does it make? Agent, provocateur, troll. I mean, this is what they do. I mean, like, how many times have I got to be a Fed? So wait a minute, I'm a Fed, but you're promoting a Fed. You're talking about a Fed, and what I'm talking about. This is what the troll network. He's saying I trolled him. I don't fucking troll you. Like, what is he? And then all of a sudden, I wanted to go out to Oklahoma. This motherfucker got bad memory. Like, this motherfucker got no memory. Like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Like, this shit makes no sense. He just lies on top of lies. I mean, this shit is wild. Hopefully, Sports Gematria can bust this shit down. I mean, I wish I could. I mean, this motherfucker is just a barrel and a basket of just lies. I love what Derek said about him, you know? And that's another thing is like, it's man, it's a lot of shit, man. Really is a lot of shit. And again, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a fracture for a fracture. Bitch, you talking about me? I got a right to respond, you know? And that's the thing, like this, I leave him alone. Like, I leave him alone. Like, I don't need to, I don't care about your gematria shit. Let me be over here. I could say whatever the fuck I want to say about gematria shit. For y'all and whatever's going on in there, it ain't gotta be true. Hey, remember, it's a belief system. I know what I know. I see what I see. I've done my research, and that's it. That's it. I had a video that was supposed to be premiered. The shit got blocked. It got a fucking copyright. So I got to clip some things out and then I got to re-upload it. You know, nothing to do with it. It just got to do with this MK Ultra mind control shit that we got going on. And some motherfuckers, hey, might be involved in it. I don't know. You know, it just is what it is. Doesn't make sense for somebody that is just irrelevant in that community to be pulled in and brought. Like, what is that? Because I talk to RPM Trey. Honestly, this is some kind of like beef of RPM Trey. That's what it's about. That's all it's about. Why bother? Talk your shit. It's just something that he just didn't like, you know. And I'm telling you, RPM Trey, get out of line. He better say the right things with Zach. Otherwise, Zach gonna cut them the fuck off. You don't see how Zach was talking on a little couple minutes of stream I watched. He's ready to zero in on RPM Trey. Point blank, period. You know, I've been trolling him since like, this is new now. We ain't hear this before. What we heard this before? We didn't hear this when we fell out. He didn't say I was trolling him because I was never trolling. Why the fuck would I gotta troll Zach? Why would I have to troll Zach? What benefit do I get? I don't give a fuck. If I go talk about some shit that went down, that ain't trolling. He is trolling. Hold on, let's pull up. Let's pull up the definition of trolling because remember, MK Ultra is a motherfucker, and people don't understand shit or read. Troll. What is a troll? A troll is a person who posts deliberately offensive or provocative messages online, such as in social media, a news group, a forum, a chat room, online video game, or who perform similar behaviors in real life. The methods and motivations of trolls can range from being from benign to sadistic. These messages can be inflammatory, insecure, digressive, extraneous, or off topic, and may have the intent of provoking others into displaying emotional responses or manipulating others' perception, thus acting as a bully or a provocateur. The behavior is typically for the troll's amusement or to achieve specific results, such as disrupting a rival's online activities or purposely causing confusion or harm to other people. Trolling behaviors include tactical aggression to incite an emotional response, which can be adversely affect the target's well-being. In the context of the noun of the verse, forms of troll are frequently associated with internet discourse. Recently, media attention has equated trolling to online harassment, right? To troll mean a person who defaces the internet tribute sites with the aim of causing grief to families, right? So these are definition of trolls. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is this motherfucker doing? You know? What is he doing? The motherfucker's trolling. You know, I mean, he always talks about trolling, but he technically does a lot of trolling. He done pissed Cuts off so many different times, and then he'll bring him on like he wants to. I've seen that shit long time ago. And then he says I was entertaining what he was doing with when it was his sweet lady. Like, what in the fuck? This video's on my channel telling him to chill the fuck out with that shit. That ain't cool. Like, what the fuck? This motherfucker is a compulsive liar. A compulsive liar. He'd never pull up because I would put him in his place. Because we're not talking gematria. We're gonna talk Zachary K. Hubbard. We're gonna talk Zachy Poo or Zach Broski or whatever he calls himself. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about men stuff, stuff he's not really used to talking about, just bitching, name calling, talking shit online, slanders. This motherfucker is a straight liberal, 110 fucking percent. That's why he never understood what I was talking about, a liberal, because he's one of them motherfuckers disguised as some fucking truther. That's exactly what he is. He's got the megaphone, he's got the motherfucking sign, stand on the corner. This motherfucker, that's what you got? Your whole movement, that's what you got? I mean, come on, man. That's what you got? Fucking doing all that shit? Hoopity high. That's some liberal shit, man. That's liberal energy. I shouldn't have been fucking with that anyway. I learned the hard way. And that's exactly how they are. Fuck you, die, hope you die. They need to get rid of these motherfuckers. Why? Because you can't handle real motherfuckers around you. You can't handle an opposition. Again, this is communistic Marxist ideologies, man. This is what it's all about. You know? And he just sits there and I'm just in my quarter talking about shit and just minding my own fucking business. I get called out to help mend some shit. It did. This agent provocateur definition guy, right? He's got all the definition of trolling, agent provocatoring, fucking all that shit. COINTEL, but he got read all the definitions of them motherfuckers. This is what this motherfucker does. But miraculously, he ain't none of that. Sometimes when you point the finger, you're only pointing at yourself. All right. But hey, I'll be that. I don't give a fuck. Nobody ever can say I crossed them. You don't see anybody on the internet that could say I crossed them. I did them wrong. I did them some kind of way. Nobody. Not one fucking person. But Zach, oh my God. So which one is it? Who's doing what to who? I mean, seriously. And Gematria, I remember seeing you over there supporting the shit out of this motherfucker. I done seen you over there. And there's a lot of other people that don't even chat. I get it, you know. And I get messages from Richard fucking Quinn and shit. Look, I don't matter how, I don't care, Richard. Okay, I still fuck with you. You know, I still fuck with you. You know, I'll always will have that respect for you. You know, I'll always have that respect for you. Always. You know. He sent messages talking, this and that. I'll do this and do Okay, man, cool, man. Listen, I don't care about none of that. Guess what? At the end of the day, I'm still cool with you, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. So ask yourself. It's simple. We can make this shit real simple. Like the title says, you can't even do what Tre and Kuts did. You talk all that shit about Kuts, all that shit about me and everybody else and all this shit, but you can't even do what Tre and Kuts did. You brought Kuts on there before and you did it. I knew what you were doing, Zach. I could read that shit. You brought him on to piss him off, to clown him, and well, I don't know how your childhood was, but I think it was fucking traumatic because you like to fuck with people. You like to piss people off. I don't get mad. I don't give a fuck. I just respond to what the fuck you're saying. The shit sounds ridiculous to me because the real ones know that none of that shit actually fucking happened. Real ones that was in Oklahoma City actually met me. How did they get that off of me? Off of that? Like that makes them some fake ass motherfuckers. Like what? You know? Like what? I done helped some of these motherfuckers out financially. You know? Mad shit. Boom, they turn on me and drop a dime. Damn, okay, all right, cool. I don't care. I never look for nothing in return. I just be who I am and keep it moving. That's it. And you're always gonna get some motherfucker who take advantage of you or whoever who just point the finger or do this. Hey, I've been a channel my entire life for people's fucking bullshit. I've been picked out of the bunch many times, like, yo, I done help people to the fucking fullest, and then something happened to them. It was my motherfucking fault. I'm like, wait a minute, I just gave you this. I done helped you do all what? It's my fault. Fuck it. I learned to eat that. I never look for nothing in return. Don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give two shits. You know, doesn't make any fucking sense. Boom, you already know, D. That motherfucker's a liberal energy. He embodied that whole shit. That motherfucker, and he's from that area. So I mean, think about it. Come on, it ain't no secret. And then look how he talks. He talks just like they ass. They don't like nobody. They don't like kids. Look, he about to have a kid now. Them motherfuckers don't like kids. Liberals do not like kids, man. You know, that's what he is. He's a fucking liberal. Hey, I can't explain the energy that these motherfuckers hold, but y'all motherfuckers be around them over. You're like, damn, yo, I see that shit. Just angry at every fucking thing. If it ain't aligned with it, whatever their life is, they mad at that motherfucking shit. They mad at it. They don't like it. They can't fuck with it. This and that, da da da. You know. He said he wants to move to DC someday. He said seriously deranged. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. This is what you got. Look at that shit. Boom. You know. Look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah. He already talked about some shit. He was like analyzing. Yeah, you know, when the kids go to school, I'm like, damn, what the fuck you just say? Your kids go to school. This motherfucker got his whole shit planned out and just lying to y'all motherfuckers. Like I heard him say that a long time ago. He said, yeah, you know, my kid goes to school. And I'm like, what? That would have never slipped out of my mouth. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Kid going to school? Hell the fuck no. Ain't what do you mean school? So you already know, man. You already know. Listen, man. You could only coattail it long enough. This motherfucker gonna disappear any the fuck way. Remember, well, I mean, he having a baby. Who's the woman of the house? He got to take care of that baby. He ain't gonna be online. He ain't gonna be doing none of this shit. Just like he be throwing in your face. He could retire right now. He's good. He could retire right now. He's more than good. Like rubbing it in your face, like y'all support me. Give me $1, and then say I'm good anyway. You know, if you can't give me $1, you some far. Like, come on, man. This is MK Ultra mind control through a cult like. I ain't saying it's a cult, but a cult like energy type. This is how they do it. Manipulate. Castaway. Looking, we're in this club. You can't go outside of it. You better not like a flat earther. You better not like this people over here. You better not like Christians. You better not be on my channel talking about Donald Trump because I'm going to call you out. You know, that's what he did to Dr. Savage because Dr. Savage rocked the fuck out with him, but Dr. Savage was like, yo, I'll fuck with the flat earth. Nah, Zach ain't like that shit. Up, you gone. You're gone. You're gone. You know? Yeah. Hear me out on this. Nice. Notice how an abnormal amount of his supporters are black, and he took a hit in viewership when you stopped coming around. Yeah, man. Yeah. See, look, man. People should be able to see through this motherfucker, man. You know, I'm just saying he can do whatever he wants, whatever. You know, it is what it is. You know, but people should be able to see what the fuck's in front of them. I mean, you know, gobbledygooking all fucking day. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, y'all believe in that? Believe in that. As long as I know what I know, I'm good over here. I could have a difference of opinion, you know? But here I'm being trolled by the motherfucker who said everybody trolling him. How the fuck does that even work, man? Like, what in the fuck? Like, this is goofy internet shit. Like, I don't do goofy internet shit. Like, in my own life, no, this shit would be none of this. I'm going to see you. Like if you was here, I'm going to talk to you. You can stream it, bitch. I'm coming straight to you. Like, yo, what's up? Let's talk like a man. And wherever it goes, that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna talk. We're gonna be face to face. Let's talk it out. Simple and plain. It's 99.9% chance we're gonna shake hands after the whole thing and being done. Because I don't come for conflict. I come for reasoning, understanding, and I come with love. Like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like, yo, let me know what's up. Well, what's good? When you come with that energy, ain't there's not going to be no negative shit coming to you. He watching this shit right now. He not gonna scroll back in the chat, click that bitch, come up on here and talk like a man. He won't do that. He'll come up on here and talk about his fucking number garbage. No, talk about what the fuck you're talking about. Make it make sense. Make it add the fuck up. Make this shit add up. Make it all add up, because you're going around and live. You're just making shit up. You're putting me over here. You said something last year that about this. Now it's over here. Like, what in the fuck? Get your lies straight about trying to slander me. You know, get your lies straight. And I gave him a pass all that time. If this motherfucker keeps going, he'll see how real I can get, and I won't even be doing nothing. I'll just get real on him, and y'all will hear about it on his channel. It, and y'all might not even hear about it on your channel. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying it is what it is. I don't need to do all that. So I said, I just leave them alone. Fuck it. I'll just stay the fuck. I don't need it. I don't need none of energy. I'm good over here. That shit is dark. It's low vibrational. Makes you feel and think down. It's like society's just this and just that. Yeah, society's fucked up, but he just brings you to a whole nother level, and he feeds off that shit. He eats off that shit. He's the only one benefiting that community. The only one that benefits in that community is him. His own followers go through shit. That's it. People that support him go through shit. That's it. Like I told you, the reason why I count 8, because that's how many I know and that I'm in contact with that came from that community that got fucked up in some fucked up situation. Some are getting back on their feet. It's a couple that ain't on their feet. All right. This motherfucker pitching and peddling that shit over there, fucking people's lives. How the fuck you gonna be a truther, but all this shit on the? Come on, man! Don't you see what's going on here? You can't have one and have the other at the same time. It don't work like that. That's universal laws. You truthing, but you're doing this. No, man, it don't go together. That's why the motherfucker aging like he's doing. That's why he aging the way he doing. He knows it. Look in the mirror, man. That's what presidents do. Why? That's what politicians do. Why? Why they get old so fast? Because they lying to the people. They're sucking energy. Think about that shit. Oh, when I talk spirituality, oh, that's bullshit. I don't know about that spiritual shit. Right. Hey, that's what happens over there counting fucking numbers all day. You ain't gonna get no spiritual, you're not gonna get into no spirituality doing that shit, or immaterial understandings doing that shit. It ain't gonna happen. Sorry. I lost a lot of time fucking around over there with that goddamn community. Lost a lot of time. Shit I should have been doing. You know, keep me in the loop. That shit draw me into the loop. Want me to like see the next thing come, see the next thing. I pull away, man. Damn, that shit was like, whoa, whew, damn, fuck was I doing? It was like I had to wake up out of that shit. MK Ultra's a motherfucker, man. It is what it is. MK Ultra is a motherfucker, and your truth community is MK Ultra, guys. I don't care if you don't believe me. You're gonna see it soon enough, right? And hey, he already told y'all his days are numbered on here anyway. I mean, how you gonna cook, clean, take care of the baby, and then be all doing all this stuff? You got to give something up. You got to give something up. You know, you got to give something up. Listen, man, Montreal, you just don't even know. I mean, that's an open and shut door. I mean, that thing, whew, motherfuckers be trying to settle that shit so fast. This fucking head of spin. Like, I can't believe. That's why I say this motherfucker's delusional, man. He's delusional. There's something not right there at the end of the day. Something's off. Something's not right. The way he talks about his mother, the way he does people, it's just way off, you know? Way off, man. And again, man, it's that liberal shit. The motherfuckers be confused, delusional. Let me go ahead and read some MK Ultra for y'all live and direct. And again, Zach, you watching? All you gotta do, Hold on, where is that? Oh shit, there's somebody in the back in the chat. Oh, hold on, wait. Let me post this comment. All you got to do, click that link, come on in, and just talk. I mean, could you, shit, you come up here, be like, yo, look, hey, I don't even want to do this. I'll stop, shut the fuck up right now, and I'm done talking, and we're gonna go on a love mission. You know what I'm saying? That's how I move. I don't give a fuck about the beef, and I don't give a fuck. I will squash it in an instant. I don't care. Won't even talk about it no more. That's how I am. I move whatever way the fucking wind blows, my energy can go as long as it's flowing the way it's supposed to. That's it. Or you can come on here and just keep talking shit, and then we'll just keep talking shit back and forth. You know, it is what it is until I just say, yeah, good, I'm done with it. That's it. You ain't nobody control me. I'm doing this. You know, I stop when if I stop, responding, I just stop responding. They ain't trolling. How the fuck is that trolling? Oh, Zach, this. Oh, that's not trolling. I'm responding. See, he wants people to think, oh, they're trolling and they're trying to troll Trey and there's troll net. Who the fuck is they in this troll network? What the fuck is it? You know it. What is this troll network? Are you speaking from a third person perspective? Because that's what goes on over where you're at or something? Hmm. Hmm. See, there's a lot of shit a lot of people don't know about me. That on the surface, people may think I'm pocking and picking and pooking and picking at something, but I'm looking at something from a totally different angle. I will deliberately say shit because I know the answers and I know what's about to come out of a motherfucker's mouth. Like I've studied some shit so deeply and got so much understanding on certain things, man, that it just, I mean, it's honestly, it's a beautiful gift. I love it. And how can I explain it? Man, y'all see it when somebody comes. Y'all see the work. Y'all see how certain things go. You see it. I don't want to give away all my tricks and tactics on what I say and how I say it and what I do. You know, to get the response I'm looking for, or plant something that I know will manifest later if it ain't sincere and true. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I already fucking know, man. I already know. So, oh, hold on. It's somebody in the. Oh, they got off. Damn, my bad. Whoever was in the back room, my bad, man. My bad. But I want to read. Uh, I want to read some MK Ultra. Um, you know, results of MK Ultra, right? Ramifications of MK Ultra, right? I want to read some of that. Um, okay, right? MK Ultra experiments, particularly when combined with other methods like hypnosis, drugs, a sensory deprivation. See, this is one thing, when they say drugs, right? When I read this to you, right? The practices used in the CIA's Gateway program, MK Ultra experiments, particularly when combined with other methods like hypnosis, drugs, and sensory deprivation, could be potentially dangerous and harmful to participants. Now, when they say drugs, right? What do you think a drug is? It's a lot of different drugs, a lot of different mind altering medicines and things of that nature are in food, pharmaceuticals, alcohol, right? The weed that's out here, right? And amongst other things. So people are already on substances and they're tuning into fucking YouTube. They're tuning into Instagram. They're tuning into fucking TikTok and all this other shit. They're tuning into the news. They're tuning into media. They're listening to music. Think about that. It's already automatic that they're going to get a bunch of fucking people. See, people don't think about that. Like, people are already on fucking drugs, man. People are already hypnotized, under hypnosis. Unbeknownst to them, they're under hypnosis, right? And then separate sensory deprivation means you're deprived of some of your senses, right? And through methods that they've used, they have done that to many people. There are people that don't know they're gaining 500 fucking pounds. There are people that don't understand, they have some issue going on with them. They don't even fucking know it. You be like, yo, what the fuck is you doing that? Like, doing what? Like, you keep doing that weird ass fucking motion you're doing. Huh? And you're like, yo, what the fuck? Shit like that. So already by default, motherfuckers are already under this shit while they pile other shit on top of them, right? So, anyways, after that, it goes, many participants reported adverse effects, including psychological issues like anxiety, depression, and PTSD, dissociative disorders, right? Memory problems, identity confusion, suicidal thoughts, and psychotic episodes, right? Some what's it say? Hold on one second. Sorry, I clicked out of it. Shit, I clicked out of it. But what I wanted to say is, all those disorders right there are prevalent right now. Right now, psychological issues and anxiety and depression and PTSD, these are number one. This was back in the motherfucking, this was back in the fucking 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? Dissociative disorders, right? Memory problems. A lot of people have a memory problem, memory issue, can't remember shit, forgetting stuff, right? Identity confusion. How many people have an identity confusion? What's good, Wise? Missed a whole lot of, missed a whole lot of. What's good with you? You done miss a whole lot of, you know. Your boy is back at it again. Just going, hey, I get it. It's a full moon coming. Well, today it's 99.9% full, but you got the solstice tomorrow. Well, in a few hours, it'll start rising over here, like 3:30. It'll be getting light over here on the East Coast. So it's gonna be a full moon on the motherfucker. So of course energy is high, and it's energy is fucked up for those that don't understand the energy. These motherfuckers want to go through it in a negative light. You're not gonna have me like that, you know. This ain't this shit. This isn't negative to me. This is me teaching, me showing, me just being who the fuck I am, and then people can see the real versus the fake. It is what it is, you know. People can see it. So yeah, man, back at it. You know, for some reason I'm a troll now, and you know I'm this troll. But I was asked, from one of his peeps, right, which is one of my boys. I consider a brother. Came to me, is like, yo, man, you know, the squad, and we got it done. Next day, boom, he's got this brother on there, and he's like, he's trying to remain neutral, but you know, it was more of Zach put him on there. See, I don't want to go down that road, but you got to think, man, the shit that come out of this dude's mouth. You know, you got to think of the stuff that come out of this dude's mouth, Zach's mouth, and then to have him up there, and then go slander the fuck out of me, talk shit about me. Real men, entitle it real men versus bitches. Like, seriously? Anybody with any kind of fucking brain cells and real manhood can see that was a straight bitch move. That was straight bitch shit right there. Anybody can see that. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Come on in, man. And Space Boy. Okay, Space Boy is here. Space Boy is here too. Um,
Yo,
what's good with you, man? I'm gonna add Space Boy here too.
yo,
He's been trying to.
alright.
Yo, it's wild, man.
Yo,
It's wild. The
I get
man.
to the crib. I get to the crib at about 7 o'clock. I seen the last. I just finished watching your live stream 20 hours ago because I'm getting them late. That's when Trey, I guess Trey jumped back on. I'm like, what the hell happened? I thought everything was cool.
Yeah, man. Shit, that's. I was feeling the same way, and then what was yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. I'm
Yeah.
out on the water. No, what's it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I get my day. I was
Mhm.
out on the water. I get back. I see all these messages again. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? I go check it out,
Yeah.
and then RPM Trey and him, they was on the stream, and it was like the same. I'm like, wait a minute, but in defense, RPM trade was keeping it neutral, but it was times where, and my whole gripe, and we talked about it, and my whole gripe was if you already squashed it, went through it, you could have told that man like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I'm good. I rock
So
out with him.
what? So what? This cat? What? Going back to this. I don't even want to say his name because it's completely irrelevant now. But what
Well,
the cat do? Like he created a response video to the fact that Cuts and you and Trey and I jumped on for what 20 minutes. I mean, he didn't like the fact that we
man,
try to
listen,
bring them
I didn't
together or
watch,
something.
I didn't watch it, but I watched like 5 minutes of it, and that's when I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go live, fuck it. And then Trey pulled up, and we talked it out. And then today, Zach's got that stream of mine and Trey on there talking shit and this and that. And, oh my man, this shit is wild. But you know what it is? It's like, Zach, if you not with him, I'll just tell Trey, like, look, man, don't tell him you don't fuck with me no more. Cause he gonna ban you from he gonna banish you out of his, out of his sight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he's gonna do. You know what I mean? But like I told Trey, Zach ain't got shit to worry about because I ain't got nothing to offer Trey, and Trey ain't got shit to offer me. We just cool. That's it. So
And
you ain't gotta worry.
I think, well, when I talked to you a couple of days ago, you and Tre And Kuts, I mean, and I hope you take this year right. Like, it's time to take it to the next level, man. My vibe, my style. You know what I said when I jumped on for the little minutes I did. The jokes is over. The games, the gimmicks. It like it's time to get serious, dude. Like, this shit is getting crazy. They about to get ready to like step up something. Whether you believe in war, whether you believe in draft, they're gonna. And so my angle to Trey and even Zach, because I think I even said something to him like on some peace and love shit, was like,
man,
like,
it ain't
guys,
no
look,
love with that
man,
dude,
yeah,
man.
I know it not. I
It
knew,
just
but
ain't.
my thing was like, it's like, guys, we've already exposed this script. I don't even know why we're still beating this dead horse. I remember when it happened at the time, and I did videos about, and you did videos where you talked about the Jewish mystic systems, and I went in and you went. It's like, dude, if we're not talking about the facts, I don't give a shit. If you guys want to have a debate, let's talk about the facts and the history of what this stuff is, who controlled it, who's writing the script. I don't have anything to talk about. All this personal name calling and all that, dude. This is diversion. It's diverting from the information that you, me, Space, so many people, Cuts, and Cuts has his own little tangent, but we've already killed this. We already buried this dog, man.
Exactly. I mean, I don't gotta explain my position. I just tell people I'm not fucking with it. Y'all can fuck with it, and that's it. I know what I know. I don't gotta do any of that. You know what I'm saying?
They are the ones, and I say they as in people who practice this system, this ism, because it's religion, so it's an ism. And I was always against isms when I first came on 20 something years ago. So it's an ism. It's a religious system. It is not a esoteric. It is not a conscious. It is not an energy. It is religion. You're telling me that now, in order for me to understand what they're doing to me, that I have to go back into religion. That's degress. That's not progress. And you want to talk about Jesuits and Catholics, well, now what? This stuff comes directly out of what? The Talmud, the Torah, right? So now we're going back to religion to decode the future. I mean, hey, man, if that's what you guys want to do, that's cool, man.
Right.
Hey, Wise, yeah, right. I just wanted to say, it's nice meeting you guys for the first time. I just wanted to show my face, and I'm pretty neutral. I just search up videos online, that are like coincidences. I don't call them conspiracies, but I'm pretty neutral. But it's pretty nice to meet you guys, and I just wanted to show my face and everything.
Oh man,
That's
no
what's up,
doubt.
man.
You know,
Appreciate
and I
that.
think it's like boxer, people that passed away. Uh, we there's so many people that we came across. See, my philosophy, yeah, right, in space is I'm not trying to change numbers. Okay. And I
Right.
don't want to sound cliche like this, but I'm not here to change numbers. I'm here to change lives.
Right.
See, the numbers change every time a new basketball score hit, right? Every time there's a new after the fact. See, the problem is there's an after the fact. You're not telling me anything that's going to solve the future when you're telling me after it already happened. In order
Mm-hmm.
for you to know what they did to you, you have to wait. Excuse my French here. In order for you to know what they did to you, you got to wait till they fuck you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't operate in consciousness like that when it comes to trying to know who the enemy is. I have to wait to an event like a football game completes with a score in order for me to know what they meant. See,
Mm-hmm.
people like us in discernment and wisdom, I'm able to intercept what they're going to do before they do it. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to wait for a script to be given to me in a news article for me to decode it because I'm already decoding it days in advance, weeks in advance, years in advance because the wisdom that was given to me by the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
See,
And
that's
that's
facts.
what they can't understand. That's another thing they can't understand is the spiritual side of what we talk about, and a lot of them don't get it. And even Trey admitted he don't really understand. He said it sounds this and sounds that. Well, hey, I can't help it if spirituality sounds a way to you when this whole reality is spiritual reality. It's a spiritual realm. If you think it's physical, you
Yeah,
don't
it
think it's
is. It is. Even though we can't see it, it is. It is like behind everything. It is spiritual. Even
mm-hmm.
though we can't see it and understand it consciously, it's what actually what guides everything. Like I don't believe in so much that we have like infinite selves because we always have like a predestined like we always have like a path or journey we're like most likely to take.
Mhm.
And that's like because it's a spiritual reality. Like we can have parallel selves, but it's not as many as we think. That's my theory.
Let me go a little deeper with that too, space, right? A script. A script, if you want to flip it on Hollywood, and that's the simplest term, right? Script Hollywood, but let's go deeper, right? A script is what? A manifestation of an idea, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in order for a script to be written on paper or a script to be written out on a news article by a guy in a journalist room before he hits the push button and pushes it out to the mass people for consumption, he has to have an idea of what he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be. So let's just say if sports is scripted, meaning that somebody said that, hey, I'm going to orchestrate as an owner of an NFL team that the final score of this game is going to be 33-30. And I'm going to communicate that to the referees, to the players to make sure the outcome, right, is 33-30. So it can do what? Give manifestation and give life to my idea. Now, if the guy in the, Fox News or CNN is the one that came with that idea, right? And you find out that it is hypothetically, I don't know, let's just say it's Satan, since they like to say Satan. What if it's the demon? What if it's a beast? What if it's a Jesuit? What if then the script is from the perception and the manifestation of a person that doesn't rock on the same frequency as you. So are we all delusional? Are we all madmen for accepting a manifestation that was brought into our reality by somebody that's a lunatic?
you
Now,
said
even if it is scripted
you
out,
said it perfect.
yeah, it could be scripted out. Nobody's saying it's not scripted out. But me and Yeah Right is saying, and you and everybody else is that it's scripted out because it was written in the idea of that number. The idea of what that number means is the manifestation of a madman that put it out in the media, and you think you're catching a serial killer. You think you're
Mhm.
catching a serial killer. You chasing a lunatic who's running in circles. You will never get to the truth when you following a lunatic. You ever try to play? You ever have a conversation with a crazy person and see how it leads? It'll never end. So you're
Mhm.
chasing your tail because 1 minute eight is demons, the next minute 7 is hell, and the next minute tomorrow 33 is good, and then 42 is death, and 44 is not so much death, and 52 is, well, shit, I don't know. You tell me.
Right. That's the thing, and that's what it is what it is. People don't get where we come at with this angle because, it's like you said, it's a religion that's repetitively taught in a certain way. It's like I told them, I said, look, there's other people that do gematria and there's other people that do numerology who do the exact same thing, but it does not equal those different it does not equal those certain words that, oh, this number is always this. No, not over there. There's a whole nother. I was shocked when I'm like, wait a minute, there's a whole nother fucking gematria community that is totally different from this gematria
Mhm.
community.
And,
And
and
I'm
when you
like, yo,
even
what
get
what
into
those
the
kind of
ta-
bug me out.
and when you get into the religion, see what we just said and what I just said is all just me interpreting decades worth of research into this subject. But let's move that out the way. You say, okay, why? This is your opinions or whatever, your perception of opinion, whatever. Let's just talk about the facts, which is religion. In their religion, okay, the Talmudic world of religion in that angle, they do not believe in telling you the truth. So their doctrine is meant to deceive you and to never let you know the whatever the infallible name of God or whatever it is they're looking for. So that's number one. Number two, their religion, their ism hates you. It hates you, whether you as a human, you as a inferior race, whatever the ism is teaching. That's number two. And I can go more, but I'll just say number three is that they have sworn to lie, cheat, and steal to you. So therefore, they would never give you the keys, and keys meaning key to unlock a door, and keys meaning secret knowledge to usurp their authority.
Exactly.
It will always, is all, I mean, dude, this is truth in 101.
It is.
So it's always meant to carrot stick you till you feel, so you don't be suspicious enough to
I made
see.
the same analogy yesterday. I tried to put it to him. I was like, yo, it's like this. It's like you see Alex Jones, right? He's like,
Mm,
yeah. He dropped some truth, right? Yeah. Okay. So they put this out here to drop some truth. Is it possible they use this because they know they put that out there and people are paying attention to the shit?
yeah.
Think
I mean, to catch a rabbit under a box, you got to put a stick with a carrot in it.
right.
I
You
mean,
gotta get what
you ain't got to just like scared a rabbit.
right. Now I just want to read something real quick, right?
Okay.
Now this is something that it's from it's from this Kabbalah, type deal. It says the Hebrew gematria system has a long history and is deeply rooted in Jewish tradition and mysticism, with a fixed and widely accepted mapping of letters to numbers. In contrast, the English gematria system is a more modern adaptation and doesn't have a single universally accepted standard. Different teachers or practitioners may use different mappings of letters and numbers, which can lead to inconsistencies and potential manipulation. Some
Yep.
common variations in English gematria include using the standard alphabetical index, they call it A
Yeah.
equals 1, B equals 2, up to Z26, assigning prime numbers or other special values to certain letters, using a reduced condensed system, e.g., A equals 1, B equals 2, I equals 9, J equals 1, and Z equals 8. See, where's Z gematria people at where Z equals 8,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Creating a custom mappings for specific purposes. So it is important to be aware of the specific systems being used and the potential for variation or manipulation when working with English gematria.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
think
that's from
about
this.
this. That's
Like,
that's that's yeah.
them.
That's from them. This is their, and even
It's
more with
not,
what you
and this
said
ain't
with
why.
the
Check this out.
mhm,
And this ain't from me. Like this is what I,
right.
I go read this. I'm just relating this shit to this one out
Yeah.
here. It's not me. This
Yeah.
is that they said they do gematria. I look it up. I find this, so I let y'all know this is what the fuck I found.
I
Why?
mean,
I thought we were truthers, right?
yeah, the religion in itself, it's because like I said, people say, well, this is not, this is just a numer. This is see, numerology is the backdrop. Everything is numerology with numbers, tarot, whatever. It's numerology. But gematria is a branch of numerology that they've interpreted from you know all things that is. So their religion, which created this this system of interpreting numerology, which is many different interpretations, believes and has symbols about the star Remphan, Saturn worship, and even in their own book teaches that their knowledge of gematria or their interpretation of numerology was interpreted to them by Metatron. Their book tells you. So let me frame that again. So if I gave you ground beef, right, and say this is ground beef, a cheeseburger is a byproduct of ground beef. You can make many things with ground beef. So numerology is what we need. People like you, we know numerology. Psychics, tarots, shamans, whatever. We know numerology. But a certain group of people on Earth have taken numerology and interpreted it and called it gematria. That does not make it. That does not make a burger with fries and lettuce and all that does not make it ground beef. You cooked it, you created it, you fashioned it, you flatten it with your hand, and you threw it in a skillet on 350 degrees. It's different. You changed it. So people keep looking at gematria and try to make gematria like it is numerology. No, it isn't. It is an interpretation and perception of the numbers. Doesn't make it right. And when you know the source of who interpreted that numerology, then you say, wait a minute, they got, like you said, oh, well, how can it be Hebrew? And Hebrew only use certain alphabets and certain stuff is omitted. And then you say, but wait a minute, Hebrew, how many people know that Hebrew is not the oldest language? You think that it's the oldest language. You know what the oldest language is? It's Aramaic. Aramaic on Earth. Okay. So why are we not going all the way to the source when it comes to numerology? Why are we only choosing to focus on this particular viewpoint? And that answer becomes clear if you dig as deep as me and right, and some of you guys out there.
And that's a question I ask, because a lot of these people in that community, and I've came across it before, it's some brothers that I know that they're like, yo, all I watch is that. And I'm like, whoa, that's all you watch. You don't watch nothing else.
Yeah.
Fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of
because look what you said. I think in your live stream, I heard you say, because I had to catch up today, so I apologize, but I heard you mention to Tre about how, Zach or whoever his name is, like people, he listens to what we say. Now, the reason is because, like I said, the inherent nature of gematria is dependent on after the fact. You need somebody to insert a manifestation into the number, and then you decode it and say it is true. So in other words, it's like it's like processed food. It's post processed.
Exactly. That's the only way you get the outcome. That's the only way you get the outcome.
But what if people like me and you and many out there, right? Some of the things we talked about with nitric oxide, like we're getting
that, and that's what I tried to explain to Tre. Like, I don't need that to get this shit ahead of time and foresee. Like, me and you was like projecting what they was about to do next, like almost to the T of what was coming up. Like, we didn't never need to explain this to them. Like, I never did know none of that, man.
And I'm gonna be fair. I hate to sound cruel, but the reason why somebody like this guy on the other end, they don't like it because according to their ism. See, let's stop sidestepping these dudes and call them who they are. They're religious. They're religious fanatics. They're religious. They act like they not. They want to shit on Christianity. They want to shit on other religions. These people are Jewish, mystic, religious, Kabbalah, Jewish followers of the Torah. Right. And me and you and other people like us who get this wisdom without going through that, script, we're goyams. I'm gonna keep it real. We're useless. Like Yuval Harari say, we're the worst of humans or life, of the lowest of the totem pole. So when we can decode and encode, because decode is after encode is we're real time in things, right? I'm encoding right now, trying to do something to inject energy to prevent them from decoding. It's like an encode decode war. And when me and you can manifest things, and me and you can see things and discern things, it pisses them off because we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to be enlightened.
I believe that was the trigger to for me to know that I can get Cuts and Tre together, and I know they're gonna squash the beef.
You changed
I
the
already,
outcome. See,
right.
his calculator, do, 1, 2, 3, did
Yeah,
not.
I bet you if there was a bet, they would have thought Cuts couldn't do it.
Yeah,
And he actually did it. And he actually explained why he did it. And he said he's sorry. And he even explained where it came from deep down inside.
you
That
want to
shit.
go deeper? You want to go deeper? Yeah, right. Let's
Handle that.
talk like we on the phone.
Okay, go
Let's talk
ahead.
like we on the phone. Let's go deeper. He did not calculate, no pun intended. He didn't calculate what you did. And it
Exactly.
was not in this mathematic equation. And
Mhm.
because it wasn't in a mathematical equation, I'm gonna let you say this because I know we're about to go in on this, right? Let's go. You want to go deep? We go scary deep on this. Because he couldn't calculate the mathematical equation correctly because you did something that wasn't in the math, he pounded his fist on the desk and said, wait a minute, this can't be right. Because
Mhm.
my calculations coming from my religion told me that this is the way it has to go. Because
Mhm.
it comes from Yahweh or YAVH or whatever, whatever, God, the Remphan or whatever Saturnic God that they from the Old Testament. So it's not supposed to happen like that. So because right did it and it was resolution and it injected an energy of positivity and it created an actual outcome that people can feel. Now
Mhm.
I have to go back and make it worse. I have to keep it
Exactly.
in order to make it fit back into the script.
Man, you could have scripted that
Man, listen.
better, Wise.
And so he's putting us back on script with the beef when
Uh,
you already destroyed the script and had us in another script of love and peace
exactly.
and just
You know how
balance.
you know how balanced that shit came out. Even Trey was like, "Yo, that shit was dope." But then the next day to see that was like, "Ew." I'm like, "Yo, what?" I was beside myself, and the reason why I was beside myself was only because exactly what you just said is we came to a thing and showed how two people at war can come together and
Mhm.
how the one that was wrong could admit he was wrong,
Yep.
even express deep down in his heart why he was wrong. And even Trey said, "Yo, that shit hit me." He
Mhm.
said that hit me. Do you know on the other
Mhm.
side how angry that made them people? They was in the chat. You didn't see him, but I was blocked. I blocked Zach up out of here. I blocked a couple other people up
Mhm.
there because why? They couldn't handle the positivity. They was just straight negative in the chat, straight negative.
Mhm.
Just they couldn't handle it. Like, what is we over here squashing a beef that y'all call a trolling? Y'all can't stand it. Y'all say we should come together. Y'all say we should learn to get along. Here we go doing it, bridging gaps, right? And even it
Mhm.
even was telling Cuts like, yo, we always like, yo, well, let's chill with even fucking with Zach. Take a break from that shit. Stop fucking with it. Next day,
Mhm.
the king himself couldn't handle it. That motherfucker
Yeah.
couldn't sleep. He came out just straight, right back at me. And he was in the chat trying to say, when you were back in New York City, you was talking all this shit about wives and this, that. I was
So
like,
so it had to take you. See, it had to take you back. It had to take you
right,
from a progression that we've made over the months and me and you and hashing out as brothers what we did. Like you had to take us back to early 2023. you
right.
know because that's the script. And my thing is, if you want to even go even deeper, right, is to promote that. See, they're chosen, right? See, that's the narrative. They're chosen. And if they're chosen, everything that they do, everything that they say, everything that they interpret is law, right? Whether it's Talmudic law or is law. We are Gentiles, and therefore we're, according to their doctrine, we're written out of God's plan.
Mhm.
Hence, we start getting into the building of the third temple, the Shamir, and everything that we're seeing going on in Israel, Palestine, World War III, all the Albert Pike, H.P. Blavatsky, all these people that practice Kabbalistic system, it has tiptoed us down this because everything is to build that third temple, and everybody else have to be subservient to that. This is the boot. We're the slaves. We're the worker bees. And
Mhm.
when he has to admit that we are either a step ahead of him in learning or interpreting a certain event that happened, or me and you are able to discern what may happen in the future, it it instantly um, invalidates their religion. I mean, think about that from a religion. When we all kind of grew up in our era, with the religion, it invalidates their creed as being chosen. That this was word given to us through Hebrew, through the gematria. It was given to a certain group of people, and everybody else that did not receive that word, right, were considered lesser or inferior. But yet, wise, yeah, right, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people are able to tap into that frequency and it, see it, whatever it is, see it without needing to go down that yellow brick road. What could that do to a religious person? Could you
Right.
call their God a God of lies? Could their God be fictitious? Maybe their God double crossed them, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, and then now you go even let's go a step deeper. Then you start to say, well, wait a minute. They don't believe in a God that we believe. We believe in the God of love and peace, or whatever you want to call it, the universal creator of peace and love and balanced frequency. They don't believe in the same source that you believe in because of Renfan and Saturnalia, okay, which is their religion, the Star of David and all that. And you start getting into the history of Saturn worship. So me and you, or you particularly, injecting peace, not chaos, balance and harmony, oneness, not division and separation,
Mm-hmm.
that exemplifies God conscious.
Mm-hmm. It goes against the very energy that is put out over there.
Man, let's keep it real here, right? What energy is that? If you really want to be religious, what religion is that? What spirit is that? That's
Oh.
the spirit of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing your book talked about, but you put that persona on Gentiles, on the Goyim, that we're that we're the whatever the devils and need to be cultivated because we're groveling in the sand where these people are enlightened, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're illuminated, but everybody else is chattel. So I think in hearing all this over the months, I don't think he appreciates the fact that we are actively changing lives. When Tre jumped in here, don't know much about him other than I told him I respect him from some of the things that I've heard recently. When he listened to me and you talk about Timothy Leary and we broke down at MK,
Mm-hmm.
I seen something in him that he realized it was coming from a space of love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that scared the shit out of people like Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Because what that do show, Tre actually showed a lot. So Zach, if you're listening, you better be careful. Because I'm gonna tell you what Tre showed. Tre showed that take, yeah, right, alone by himself can move mountains. But me and yeah, right, and many of us together, yeah, we can make a real difference. And we can wake people up to the lies, to the dupe-ism systems that are brainwashing people. We have that potential.
Mm-hmm.
So either you leave us alone or you continue to bring this up. You continue to bring more people to my channel. Please do. Please say my name over and over again. Bring
Right.
more people. Bring them here. Because you know what we're doing? You're brainwashing people, but we're washing brains. See,
Mm-hmm.
we're washing brains from your filth while you're brainwashing them. And when they come here, they're getting cleaned up. And they're gonna get cleaned up because they're gonna know history. They're gonna know the information. And like you said in your live stream, yeah, right, which I appreciate, is that we ain't gonna show you nothing. You're gonna go figure it out on your own. Because what I'm saying it's encouraging you. Everybody hears the voice. That something's calling, something tell you, wait a minute, something's not right here. We just telling you that, hey, you might want to look into that. You hear some knocking in your car. Hey, you hear that knocking noise? You might want to take it to a shop and have it looked at. I can hear the knocking. You can hear the knocking. I hear knocking in Tre. I hear the knocking. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, yo, man, yeah, hey, look, I give you a couple of cars so people can check that engine out. Because once you check that engine out, I'm telling you, man, that's knocking. That's knocking noise. And people like him who are being duped into gambling, sports scores, you're not leaving the system. You're
Right.
not moving away from this illusionary world, the Jesuit systems of control. You have to go back into hell. You got
Mm-hmm.
to go back into hell to see God, to see heaven. I gotta go back into sports, go back into gambling, go back into the very same things that as a young man I got away from, the music, the raunchy communities. And I'm trying to be fair. What does a young black girl who died at the age of 32 on the south side of Chicago from a gunshot wound has anything to do with the Jesuits when it comes to the numbers? What do a 80-year-old woman dying from a heart attack that he somehow find in some black newspaper somewhere in some hood? What does that have to do with a couple of Caucasian men who have created a ism in which they're trying to rule the world? It has nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to stop linking some drugged out gang rap star who nobody knows on some hood somewhere in New Jersey as being his death somehow being as magnificent as that it plays a bigger scheme in this entire, that is arrogant, that's egotistical, that's self-centered, that's self-righteousness, everything that we don't talk about. We don't promote like, I'm the center of the universe. If I die, tonight, my death is not going to stop the earth. It's not going to stop the birds from
Right.
flying. Just keep it moving. But he makes every death, whether big or small, somehow related to some bigger scheme about world domination.
Mm-hmm.
If that is true, then let's go to the
You
source.
go deep into what is even going on over there. It's always some death at the beginning of the video. It's always a death, and it's always somebody died. And that's a part of the magic. That's a part of the sorcery. That's a part of the I forgot what they call it in that practice, but it's like a calling, right, of a spirit, of a spiritual entity that is no longer here, and you're kind of like, it's kind of like a ritual. If you ever done,
Like divination type stuff. Yeah.
paying homage to a death, and then boom, here comes the
Well,
video.
and this is why a lot of people that we know, and I'm gonna be fair, I kind of grew up where, sometimes you have to call that spirit out by name. I called out the spirit of Barzabel. I knew, like, when he was trying to wage war, and the spirit of Mars and the spirit of Ares and all the different entities that attach to it according to, certain mystic systems and stuff like that. Like, you have to recognize, like, okay, these people, right, are see, it's all about thy will. This is the dilemma. This is the lemic philosophy, which is based in Kabbalah, which is what you can wield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your own entity.
Mm-hmm.
The human brain, the human being has the ability to project and a demon, a daemon, a archon. We have that ability. Most people know how to do that, and some don't. And gematria, I told at the time we were talking with Laz, that they were creating golems.
Mm-hmm.
Do people know what a golem or a golem is in Jewish mystic religion? Well, I'll give you a brief. They use gematria and a Tarrakan and a Tamura, but mainly other systems, but like the gematria, to create a statue. And this statue, they injected energy into it where it will defend them against, I don't know, Nazis, Nazis or whatever they thought was trying to
Yeah.
kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jewish communities would put these golems in their homes and on street corners and things like that, as it will spiritually or energetically kill their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, that's something. A lot of that. Golems are around a lot of cities in the United States. If you look at the architecture, you'll see these weird ass things, and it's what it is. It's the protection
See,
of
like,
those buildings, and a lot of them are like would be like government buildings and shit like that. You see all this shit around here. Those are golems. Like, you can see this shit.
and let's be clear. Let's be clear again. See, people have lost the foundational lessons. Numerology and gematria are different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's different because, like you mentioned in your live stream, the one I listened to today about astrotheology, that is based off of Pythagorean mathematics. That is the foundational, the theorems, right? You start getting into, you know, Egyptian and Aramaic, ancient languages. Gematria is an interpretation from a particular group of people about the numerology.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, if three is, let's just say the Trinity, but three means unity, and three also is a combination of certain elements, which means that one and two, so you can't count zero, and one is infinite. So zero is infinite, but I'm sorry, zero is infinite, but one is kind of like independent. So two becomes union, right? And three becomes the glue between those union. This is why they say the Trinity is so important, because the three is like a three-legged chair. I mean, you need a chair with at least three legs to kind of stand on. I mean, four is even better, but you need at least three. You can't sit on a chair with two legs. I'm sorry. So three kind of creates the building block of the cube. So this is the mystery of your circle, your triangle, and your square. That the foundation is the triangle, and from the triangle, you can branch into different numbers. So truly, the number system starts at some people can say starts at three, far as in the metaphysical world, where 0 and 1 are like too divine. But with that being said, the Jewish system will take three and interpret it into something different, right? And interpret it into uh, another spirit, or attach it to some demon or some planet. It says Mercury, Venus, Earth. They may attach three to Earth because Earth is the third from the sun, and Mercury, Venus, Earth. All these different interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
That does not make it right. It just makes it an interpretation of many. It does not make it right. So when people come to understand that, yeah, gematria is respected, sure. Many different number systems, that has numbers, Aramaic number systems, Egyptian number systems, Kemetic number systems. The arithmetic comes from a Arabian or a Middle Eastern person that created arithmetic. Like what we call today modern arithmetic.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once you look at the source of that interpretation,
I mean,
then you
just
can judge if it's something you want to go down.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you see, like this is you see in the chat, like this is the stuff that I be talking about, like just
Yeah.
no rationality. I mean, Richard Quinn, like no rationality, just straight, just like religion, like stuff that you would see if you would like be talking about Christianity, and kind of like saying this and that, and it's made
It's really, yeah.
made up, and these
It's a,
are you see the same type of energy,
we're in a
man.
different level, and I openly embrace it. I moved away from religion. I'm spiritual, and I don't care how much you want to craft. You can call it numerology. You can call it Jewish, like you say, gobbledygook. You could call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, guys, it is religion.
Right.
Gematria is based in Jewish religion. It has nothing to do about
Because
some
it's like,
new
it's a religion, because there's populations that have billions of people that don't know nothing about no motherfucking. It's not in their
Mhm.
history. It's not in their culture. It's not in their understandings. It's not in their knowledge. It's not in their wisdom. It's not in their spiritual teachings. None of that shit.
Mhm.
This don't
No,
exist in places like
and like I
India, in places
yeah, it
like
doesn't.
China.
They don't. They
China does not
dude.
exist. Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah. Sanskrit, the teachings that's written in Sanskrit, like that's nothing to do with gematria, which is far older. Gematria
and
is
and,
not
and
old.
my thing is, I tell the people is, I don't fuck with it because it ain't nothing fact based. It's not fact. So if this is the end all be all, and this is what it is, and this is the ultimate truth, well, I don't see that. I'm sorry. I can disagree with whatever the fuck y'all saying over there, because I know it's not based off facts. There's no source of where the fuck it even truly comes from. They even say
And,
where the word gematria itself comes from says English gematria is manipulated by the practitioner and teacher, well, then that's definitely not facts.
And like I
That
tell
would be
people, the purpose outside of trying to discover, the infallible name and create things out of nothingness using the infallible name of God, which is the true purpose for gematria. Gematria, and when it comes to end time predictions, here's the kick. When it comes to trying to decode, what does it need? And Aleister Crowley even tell you this, if people even want to, care to even know, like even he knew, it needs the Bible. It needs the Bible. You cannot line up the gematria prophecies or the Jewish myth without the Torah, because the Torah is where it's cross reference. So those terms that
right.
you see in gematria, like for example, you see those same references to Christianity things like Satan, uh, end times, the Baphomet. These are concepts that are only relevant to that particular group of people. Like you said, if you go to India and you ask them what 666 is, they'll give you something completely different. If you ask them what is Satan, like I said, they'll tell you something different. Satan doesn't, the name Satan doesn't exist in other cultures. It's only in westernized culture where that is relevant. Okay. Hell, the concept of hell. Some religions don't believe that there is a hell. They don't believe that that there is a lake of fire. Where did that concept come from? That comes from
Right.
certain westernized religion. So it is all religious verbiage. Uh, and I hate to say the word entrapment, but it's just bringing you back down that religious, spectrum. And I choose to. I've learned it. I've studied it. I've knew people that talked about it, and I just chose to move from it. And I urge all you guys too. And people like Tre, he'll see it in due time. When I first came on this platform, Zach was a follower of my channel. Him, and remember Into the Stars, remember him, right? Into the Stars was another guy doing gematria.
Yeah.
Citizen of Gotham, all of us. And I was at one point kind of like, oh, this guy really knows this number stuff. And then quickly, as people that I know educated me and I started to dig deep on my own research, I was like, oh no, absolutely not. So
When I want to read something again from man, this is where, see, this is why I just pull out a little bit of stuff from my huge bag of research that I save, because when I want to know something, I knew it already. Like when I was even cool with Zach, I knew this, but I was like, you know what, I fuck with him and this and that. But look, Manly P Hall. This is Manly P Hall, right? This shit is out here on the internet, guys. So y'all hear this clearly. Manly P Hall warned about the potential dangers of using gematria, stating that it can be misused and lead to misleading interpretation. He emphasized the importance of understanding the symbolic language and the context in which gematria is applied. Here are some key points he made regarding the dangers of using gematria. Misinterpretation, semicolon. Gematria can be misused by assigning arbitrary numerical values to words or phrases, leading to false or misleading interpretation. Lack of context, semicolon. Gematria should not be used in isolation, but rather in conjunction with other forms of symbolism and spiritual practices. Superficial understanding, semicolon. Gematria can be superficially understood, comma, leading to a lack of depth and insight into the true meaning of the symbols. Oh, why are we talking about symbols? I thought it was all numbers. Obsession with numbers, semicolon. An overemphasis on numerical values can lead to an unbalanced approach to spirituality. But I'm gonna finish reading it, but I just want to stop. These motherfuckers think that this shit ain't spirituality, wise. You know what I'm saying? But this is from Matthew B. Hall telling you it's all spirituality. So hold on, let me go back. Obsession with numbers, semicolon. An overemphasis on numerical values can lead to an unbalanced approach to spirituality.
Whoa.
neglecting other important aspects of personal growth, period. Next one, misapplication, semicolon. Gematria can be misapplied using it to justify personal bias or agendas rather than seeking
Oh,
understanding and
ooh, watch
limited
it.
perspective, semicolon. Gematria, like any other system, has its limitation and should not be seen as the sole means of understanding spiritual truth. What the fuck is going on, Wise? See, I didn't want
Mhm.
Zach to come back barking up this tree because I got this information. This is where
Huh.
he said he got it from. But this is the same guy telling you the dangers of it. And it's
And
all
and
spirituality. Ain't
and
nothing
that's just
physical about it. Like,
and
what?
what you just said there, not to downplay it, is just facts. Now,
This
that's
ain't
the facts.
check this out, Wise. This ain't even fucking me. This not even
It
me.
ain't even you.
Is
It's the guy. Matter of fact, it's the guy that wrote the book where he talks about gematria, the book that he promotes. The what is the Secret Teachers of All Ages.
I mean, and look, explore further the death and murder of Manly P. Hall by Marie Brower Hall. That's another reading that y'all can do. Masonic authors, Manly P. Hall, a brief biography. Masonic find. This is on the Masonic website, guys. He was a Freemason. So, I mean, I got a whole bag of shit that, hey, I don't need Zach to answer for me. I read this. What I
Yeah,
gotta
It's
for?
Timothy. You have CIA Timothy Leary going to hippie movements, giving people CIA created drugs
Right.
stolen from Mexico,
Right.
letting you smoke it or inject it, and then while you're tripping out, right, from the stuff that he gave you, he's telling you love, peace, and light, and then he becomes the guru. They call him a guru of the spiritual hippie
Right.
movement, and you're like, dude. That guy was at UCLA drugging up students,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
I, I
destroying conscious
I got a
movements.
good video that it was supposed to premiere tonight, but I gotta cut out a visual. I guess it gave me a copyright and blocked it. I know why they blocked it because the shit was real deep on MK Ultra. It's showing up
Mhm.
Timothy Leary, his links to Charles Manson, his link to his where he got some of his teaching from Manly P. Hall. Yo, the shit's wild. That's why I told Trey the other day. This shit is all this shit is
Timothy Leary,
all
the video that I had too is actual video of Timothy Leary. If you go, you guys remember it, where
mm,
he's in an interview and he's telling the people that he is um, the beast incarnate.
mm-hmm.
He called himself
Oh yeah,
the return of the Baphomet.
right.
And most people don't know this, but
And he
you know,
actually did himself as the return of the Christ too.
yeah, like this guy was a Aleister Crowley
Yeah.
uh follower, like but yet he's out here giving people LSD, talking about love, peace, and light and consciousness. And then we got into the age of Aquarius. Remember, we did that and we said, guys, this age of Aquarius stuff, you think it's about you and your awakening and your
Mm,
growth. It's no, it was a joke. They fooled us. It was about them bringing in, you start getting into that concept of Christ or Crest versus Christos or Crest versus Christ. There's a difference here, right? Consciousness, Christ consciousness versus Crest consciousness. The light versus the light. What light are we talking about here? So this is the blurring of the movement, and so many people are just you know swept by this that I- you know I don't want to waste my time trying to argue because
that's the
I'm done arguing.
that's the
I'm saying, here's the
I,
fact, dude. Argue with the facts.
yeah, the fact that's why I didn't want to argue with these people because I already know what they said, and I got so much research I can just pull out. Okay, it doesn't matter what I say because I'm not saying it. It's this. It's if
Yeah.
it can be. It's nothing. It can't be a fact, right? That is nothing that is fact. It's a belief. It's an opinion. It could be manipulated. I
Mhm.
can't rock with that. Like that's not
We spent
ultimate truth.
months. We spent months when this stuff kicked off, and we knew then, and we pulled back from the personal attacks. I was, was when we had talking with Laz too,
We was
and
and we
we hit so
totally
much facts. I challenged Zach. I said, guys, look, love you guys, but look, man, can you answer this question? I actually put a challenge. I said, look, I just got a question. I got a couple of questions. He went quiet, did not join any live stream ever that we did since then. When we put that dummy in the dirt, right? When we put that mummy in the dirt,
Mhm.
you did not. He didn't even mention our names, from what I hear, and that was the end of it. Soon you bring some peace. He
Mhm.
comes out with ad hominems.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do it back. We're gonna take it back how we did. Then let's. You like to go back on the script?
Look,
Let's go
full
back.
it's full moon and the solstice. This
Let's
was supposed to happen. I
let's
look
go.
at it, it's a divine intervention. It's
So
divine
so
time. Hold on.
let's give him what he wants.
Let me just say one more thing. He, he always barks up the wrong motherfucking tree. So, I mean, if you want to send your people over here, and hey, when you leave here, hey, you leaving here to go back to something that you already got. You is just it's not what you think it is. It sounds good, it looks good. You feel like you're truthing, you feel like you're discovering things, but you don't need none of that over there.
Here's the challenge. You just read off. We just start off like this. You just read off what Manly P. Hall said.
This is
Okay?
Manly P.
That's
Hall.
Manly P. Hall.
They go
He
do the
promotes secret
research.
teachings. Yeah. If I was you, this is just my opinion, my advice. I would create a 1 minute video. Just show that paragraph
Man,
and just say, "Hey, dude,
it's
forget
like
what you feel about yeah, right. Just
it's
I just have a question. Since Zach is obviously listening again, he's obviously wants to, kick up some more stuff. Then let's bring it back to the academic. I have
Mhm.
a question about gematria that yeah, right just read, and I want to get his opinion on it.
Right. That's a good one. I
That's
mean,
just
I
simple.
didn't even want to bring all this stuff out. I mean, because look, do what you do. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm good over here. Like, I don't need. No, I see what I need to see. I leave it to myself. I don't need to persuade anybody and sway anybody. He say, "Oh, I'm trolling this troll network." Nah, you talk shit. I just respond. That's it. Shut the fuck up. Go on your merry way and leave me the fuck alone. Let me be over here in my corner being dumb. Whatever you say I do, drive around there and don't do bullshit or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yo, man, like I said, they get, call me names and talk about
Yeah.
this, and I hear names call. My thing is like, yo, baby, you can feel everyone. I just got a couple of questions I want to ask you. That's all I want to do. Look, I don't want to waste Jack time. He got money to make. He got sports games to watch. He got
Mhm.
religion to sell.
Mhm.
Hey, man, don't mean to pardon my dust. Yeah, right. Just read something about Manly P. Hall.
I mean, I'm a
That comes
again,
from a book. I
I'm a
can't
again because it's and Richard's in here. I mean, maybe
read it
Richard
again. Yeah.
playing. He's always backing up this whole teaching. Manly, I'm gonna read it again. Manly P. Hall warned about the potential dangers of using gematria, stating that it can be misused and led to misleading interpretation. He emphasized the importance of understanding the symbolic language and the context in which gematria is applied. Here are some key points he made regarding the dangers of using gematria. Misinterpretation, semicolon. Gematria can be misused by assigning arbitrary numerical values to words or phrases, leading to false or misleading interpretations. Lack of
Mhm.
context, semicolon. Gematria should not be used in isolation, but rather in conjunction with other forms of symbolism and spiritual practices. What is that one? Does that
Mhm.
mean with astrology? Does that mean with numerology? Does that mean with like meditation practices or what the fuck they Manly P. Hall even mean on that one? That's a deep one, right? And next one is superficial understanding, semicolon. Gematria can be superficially understood, leading to to a lack of depth and insight into the true meaning of symbols. Well, what symbols now? See, this shit is way deeper than even what they have been told about their own
And
numerical systems.
and
Now,
and
what
and and I
symbols?
was gonna say you got that Richard just left a big uh uppercase caps comment.
He can't.
This is
He
this is this is
cannot.
the this is just a trust me, Richard. This is just a tip. Well, yeah, right is reading.
This
Yes, the
not me.
net. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, the net, the internet. This is small change. This is the basic question. We ain't even get into the real deal shit.
Right.
And the real deal shit is going to be the Shamir, the
Yeah,
third temple.
remember we told you how this is a religion, and this is like telling a Christian about Jesus ain't coming the fuck back. This is Richard Quinn right here. He can't. I'm reading. This is Manly P. All said this, not me. What the fuck? And I'm just pulling stuff off the internet. No, this you can go research it yourself. Take yourself down that rabbit hole, and then you realize, well, maybe this ain't, what I thought it was. Right? Okay, the next one. All right. Obsession with numbers and overemphasis on numerical values can lead to an unbalanced approach to spirituality, neglecting other important aspects of personal growth. Think about the community.
Mm.
Misapplication, semicolon. Gematria can be misapplied, using it to justify personal biases or agendas rather
Oh,
than seeking true understanding and wisdom. Limited perspective, semicolon. Gematria, like any other system, has its limitation and should not be seen as a whole, as the sole means of understanding spiritual truth. This is from Manly P. Hall's own shit, guy. What you
mm.
talking about, Richard?
And not to mention here, right, that it also can be used to create a database on the internet that actually change the actual meanings of the words within some embedded code in a website. Just saying.
I'm just you just
I mean, I'm just
you know.
saying. Which I've already exposed that part of it, right? That has nothing to do with the facts. Well,
Mm,
the facts of the history, but if you go to the calculator, they have algorithms written into the script of the calculator that will turn what you input into a database of numbers through Google Analytics that will spit back to you what it thinks you might like, what it thinks you might want to hear.
man.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's a whole nother conversation. So it's so many levels to this. It's like, what level you want to start at? You want to start with their own authors, like Manly P. Hall? Okay, fine. You just did that. So Richard, he's like, whatever, dude. That's the internet. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's move into the meat and potatoes. Let's move into what the Talmud says about gematria, what the Kabbalah says about it, and how the Goyim is not even supposed to come near such a system. And even if they do, they don't even know phonetically. They even say gematria, the number, it depends on the pen stroke of how you write it. So if you write the number 8 on paper
Mhm.
and it's inaccurate, it changes the geometric or the gematria value based off how you write the word.
Mhm.
See, that doesn't even get so it's 4 really 4 if you're not writing it correctly. See?
Yeah.
So remember I was telling
You,
people, remember that
you,
debate? Yeah, right. They was like,
you want
we don't use a
you
calculator, we use it on paper. I was like, well, you're
right.
not even writing it correctly.
Not even writing it correctly, and it's written in Hebrew, and the way they stroke that pen on that paper
Hmm.
is it's called, I forget what is it exactly called. It's because it's called, the paper is the thought, which is like the universal plane, and
Yep.
then the pen is the some shit that I forgot what they say. I can't be 100% on that, but I know
Well,
the
it
pen
goes into like
and
the
the
yod.
paper.
The yod is the dot. Is
Yeah,
that's the creation. So the
yeah,
yod is yeah.
yes, yes. So
Hmm.
it's a certain way that you're doing this. It is what it is, man. But you want me to read the Kabbalistic method through what they say? I mean, I can read it.
Well, look at that comment there. Yeah, right. And see, look at that energy there. That is what I said earlier. And D agreed with us. This is the energy of saying, uh, you guys are changing lives. You're waking people up to a bigger topic, to a
But
bigger issue.
this comment right here, I'll put on the screen. I've wasted
Hmm.
nothing here. Some of these guys might have a clue, but they hung around for clout. I never was on Zach's channel for no clout. I never said, I want to. I never tried to go on there to say, "Here, come to my channel and do that." I wouldn't even have to go to channel. I know auditors that got 500,000 subscribers. Like, I never tried that ever.
Hmm.
I don't need that. You know how we roll, wise. I don't give a fuck about none of this internet. If I wanted to create some big social media platform, I could have did it. It's not it's not hard, you
So the
know.
question now we have to ask is what I mean, let's keep it basic, right? You, for whatever reason, which we can feel was a good reason, wanted to bring two people together that you don't know, that you can care less about in your own private life. You wanted to bring them together to try to act as a mediator. That is goodwill. That was a good intention. Where does the hatred come from that? I don't get that. And
That
so now we have to
that
ask a bigger question. What
was
frequency is this dude's operating on if he does
that
not respect that?
exactly. He don't even got a respect for somebody he calls his boy that we cool. Like that's why I had to tell Trey, like, yo, you gotta look at stuff like that, bro. Come on, man. You can't be that like. I mean, what is it? Like, what is it that you can't see? Like, come on, man. Like, and that's where I was telling him, like, yo, I'm just cut from a different cloth. Like, I wouldn't even. I'm like, yo, we squashed that. Like, I don't need to talk about that man and all his business. I mean, Zach talking about my ex and all kind of shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that shit. Like, what the fuck did that shit even act? Like, what? Like, this motherfucker was going in, and it was like, damn, he just destroyed the energy that Trey had that came from that night. He
Yeah.
ripped that right out.
Because here's the thing, and I hate to sound cliche here, right? Because what you and this is cliche, but it's the truth. If you guys could see through what I'm saying and see deeper, what you did was not scripted. What you did was not calculated. It was off script.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like us, marching to Washington, D.C., and Washington, D.C. bring the troops out, and they're expecting us to show up with guns, but we show up with a bunch of red roses, and we hand them to the soldiers, or white roses, and we kneel and pray in front of the White House, and we get up and go back home. They were ready for a war. We gave them, we brought prayer. I mean, it was completely off script, and his job is to keep the MK Ultra community, that's what we should call them, the MK community, to keep them in biblical prophecy. They got to keep them in the biblical prophecy, the Judaic, Talmudic biblical prophecy, which is end time schedule. I need you guys to think that this is happening so you can help us to build the world that we want to manifest. And that a world is what? That world is a world of Satanism, Luciferianism, death and destruction, World War III, evil, all these. We want you to project that, because when you project that world, who wins? They win, because they believe that the world is horrible and that it is them, the chosen people, and the Mosaic that will bring about the revitalization of the world. They need to revitalize the world on your bones. So yes, like you said, and I heard you say it to Trey. You said they want you to destroy the Constitution. They want you to, so they can bring into the New World Order.
Exactly.
They want you to destroy it.
That's kind of like, you got to just know some things, that's like, that's like kind of elementary. They want you to destroy it. So if you say to destroy it, then you're doing their deed, and unbeknownst to you, you feel it's righteous for whatever reason, but you don't realize that shit is implanted in you.
The hippies
control.
The hippies were smoking LSD, pulling strings, invisible strings out the air with their loving light, just like the Burning Man stuff that they do. But you thinking that there's some spiritual movement, to bring about this Luciferian world that these people have imagined in their world. You're not decoding anything. You're if you really be fair and play on words, you're actually recoding. You're allowing them to recode the world with the script, with the same script we're breaking free from. This is the cycle that Leaving Las Valdez talked about. Like, you think you're getting away and you're breaking free, and we're moving to these different levels of consciousness and awakening and all these different things, and then you find yourself back where you started.
Right.
Same players, maybe different faces, same control system, right? Maybe back in the Egyptian days, it was the Babylonians who was the main race or the main group of people. Now, when they build the third temple, right? That's what they say. When they build the third temple, and the Mosaic returns based off gematria and Kabbalah principles, that when the Mosaic return, the Jewish community or the Jewish people or the Jewish race, however you want to look at it, will become the center of the institutions on the world.
Wait, you sure? You sure, Wise? It's not the Jesuits?
Yeah, right.
Which
right.
I threw that question at Trey yesterday, and I was like, yo, Trey, what you think where the Jesuits come from? And he said he didn't really know. I think he said the church, whatever it is. I forgot what he said, but they're all
He
the
said Catholics. He flipped it. I heard that. He said
right, all
Catholics.
the
I was like,
Jesuits are descendants from the who's. I mean, that's all the founders of that are we're Jews. I mean, that's out there. That's not me.
mhm.
That's what they got out there.
What they got
So
out there.
I mean, I'm just giving you what they got out there. Okay, maybe that's MK Ultra. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all right. I don't know. You know what I mean? And I keep it all the way with wise. There's things that I say that I know what I'm setting up for.
Mm,
Looking at it right now. See, I play
mm,
stupid like I don't really know what gematria, and I play dumb because I already know where Zach was going. See, I
mhm.
already know, man.
And
I
I'm gonna
lay
tell you
it all
something.
out, and now they watching. Now they coming over here, and you see, I just pulled a couple rabbits out of the hat. I got a whole bunch more,
Yeah,
but
remember we and people didn't catch this when I went in. I actually left the videos up
hold
when
on,
he
wait,
did. Okay,
wait.
go ahead. Dude. Sorry.
Stop this thought. So the 5 minutes I saw of him tonight, where he was playing the video and he was trying to clown me, saying, "Look, he doesn't even know this. He doesn't know we would have." You don't know, Zach.
Mhm.
I play chess. I'm 100 moves ahead of you, man. I did that so you can send your people looking at me, so then I can pull the rabbits out of the hat.
Mhm.
Don't send your people over
Yeah.
here, Zach, because I'm gonna give them what you've been saying, not nothing I say. See, I
Yeah.
play stupid. I don't, this and
Dude, I
that.
went, man.
My people, my people know I was playing stupid.
Yeah,
People,
dude.
they
Like I
already.
said, I like the mousetrap. I could get on here. There's a part of me. There's a very lower frequency part of me that's like, you know what, you should dupe this dude back in. Like dupe him back in. Because here's the thing. That monkey stuff that he said. Remember that stuff, that monkey
Yeah.
stuff that we did.
Mm-hmm.
I showed people a video from the movie called The Prophecy. In that movie called The Prophecy, which was based off of gematria, Kabbalistic Jewish mysticism, the falling angels, played by Christopher Walken, and many others, refer to humans as monkeys.
Mm-hmm. I
And I
remember
was
that.
trying to show people when we was debating about this gematria stuff is that they mock you. And
Mm-hmm.
when you think you're using their numeric system, okay, it's kind of like people who studied the ancient people who studied, the stars and the zodiacs. When people was worshiping the bull during the age of Taurus, all the priests in the Vatican, they were worshiping the zodiac in the opposite house.
Mm-hmm.
So because they knew, but they told the public, yeah, go ahead and sacrifice a bull and do all these different rituals and all this stuff and. But they knew based off the signs that the universe at that time was actually in the house of Aries or the Ram or whichever that was opposite of the Taurus. They call it the Apis. So gematria, they know they're giving you what they want to give you, but because you are a goyim, you are not getting the pure teaching.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting you're not getting the master script. You think you are, and they give you some little breadcrumbs like you mentioned earlier, but it is not in their religion for the common man to wield such Jewish chosen system effectively because you do not have the blood. So if you are wielding this tool and you're not of the blood, then you are actually inviting a curse upon yourself and your children. That's a whole deeper conversation.
It is a whole different conversation, and I keep saying it's people in that community that I've had to like really help out, and this is what I know. This is a part of that. Like the people that are involved in that, that are deep in that, they be going through some crazy shit. Wise, it's a lot of stuff from that community over the years that those people told me that I never even knew behind the scenes. Like motherfuckers commit suicide, a lot of shit
Man,
going to prison. Like one dude fucked up his wife over shit, and it was over some gambling shit. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy, man. So it's been a lot of stuff that's been
man,
going on in that community. And he don't talk about certain things. And I remember a caller had called in and said, "Hey, you remember this person? And he committed suicide, and you did
Wow.
something." That I was like, "Yo," and he ain't really
What?
about that. So that comes along with what I just read about y'all doing spirituality, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Y'all are doing some fucking
Yeah,
spirituality.
they conjuring. They definitely conjuring.
You know,
And I
and
seen the live stream you did
I
earlier
got
today.
more.
Mhm.
I got more wise from the truth seekers. Where that? I mean, listen, keep sending them
Man.
because I'm just gonna let it all out. I'm just gonna keep on. I mean, I got shit for days on this stuff, and
Mhm.
it is what it is. It ain't me.
He's gonna
This
go
is
quiet.
what
He'll
makes.
go. He'll go quiet. You know he's gonna go quiet
You know,
again. Of course. That's why I said what shook him out of his
I mean, wise.
corner.
If he came over here right now, or he's like, "Yo," or if he even text me like, "Yo, listen, let's just chill," I'll be like, "All right, cool, I'm done in an instant because I don't need this." You called me out. I'm here now. I'm here. It's full moon time and solstice, so I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. The energy
Well,
supposed to be happening right now because it's a time of purity, climax. It's all that. Whatever he had built up, get it out, Zachy. You know what I'm saying? That it ain't
exactly.
gonna
And
go
and
on
and
me.
and
It ain't
and like
going
I
on.
said,
I'm
the script. He came over one time when you did a stream and I jumped on. I was telling him, we all good, man. Much love to you, brother. It is what it is. And that off scripted love, as True Virus say, I think True Virus left a comment for you. That, as True Virus say, love, 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 the frequency of love. That off scripted love that you show, which is very hard to do, even to our enemies. We still have to show a little bit of love, right? I mean, it's because it's a powerful thing.
Mhm,
He he don't know how to handle that, so he instantly have to add hominem because
mhm,
that's his comfort zone. The
mhm.
comfort zone that he lives in is a world. Think about that. Is a world at each other's throat,
Yeah,
and he
turmoil.
seems like he loves when there's drama, when there's beef.
He loves it.
I think I just seen it now. I looked it up, like what do you say, real ones versus real bitches. Like that is
Yeah,
when, like if you want to say Zach, like who is it? He becomes alive
yeah.
when he's shitting on people.
And,
Like when he's talking
and-
shit. Oh my god! Like look at how great look how vocal he is. But when
yeah, he loves it.
when
No,
you hit him with that piece,
he
the dude
loves
goes into his hole. He goes into his little space. He gets
it. Yeah,
quiet.
he gets out, he riles people up, and then he's quiet. He's good for a while. Then he got to
Yeah.
come with again. I mean, that's why I said at the beginning. I said, look, throw everything out. Throw all this spirituality, all the joy, everything out. Let's go into just some regular ass worldly physical reality. This motherfucker has some psychological issues. 100, you just got to
Wow.
because you do all this for no reason, and then when you think there's a reason, you just create one because there was really no
Well, he's
reason for
Walter
none
Sparrow.
of this.
He's Walter Sparrow, right? From the movie from Numbers, Jim Carrey. He's Walter Sparrow, and I
Right.
did a video about that. Like, look what happened to Jim Carrey. This guy was he murdered he murdered his wife. In the movie, like and he was
Mhm.
carving numbers in his forehead and on the walls. Like this is what. See, here's a deeper thing. When you become really like on that spiritual level, you do realize that the God of this world, of this physical illusion, in some philosophies, is the demiurge. The demiurge controls all physical interpretations that comes from the spiritual ethereal plane. The demiurge cannot decode, check that out, decode what the universal creator has done. It tries its best to decode what the system has created, being the architect, the source, whatever you want to call it. So the demiurge tries to interpret what an element is, what what shape the earth should be, or what color we see, RG, red, green, blue. It tries its best to create a frequency that our brains can decode what the world really is. That is the demiurge, the god of the material world. So in reality, numbers is a materialistic
Mhm.
byproduct of the spiritual world that was interpreted by man, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We dumbed it down. This is even teachings that go into the Tao, where the Tao says you can't name it. That you try, the demiurge, you try to explain or to fashion to humans something that can't be explained. So the best way you can explain it is to, I don't know, bang it on a rock, draw it on a cave like the Egyptians did. You have no other way of interpreting something that can't be interpreted. So the actual number one is not a number, it is a representation of something in the universe. The number 0 is not a number. It is a representation of whether it's the Ouroboros, whether it's the infinity, whether it's the universal creator and the circle and the cycle, whatever it is. That's what it's meant. So for you to take that number, which is universally meaningful, and dumb it down to say that 33 means Illuminati, I think that's a disjustice to not only the universe, but it's an injustice to the creator. Because it was meant to be bigger than what we term it as here in 2024.
And I try to like make that point a lot. Like some things can't be explained. Even some things that we get, we can't really explain it because it comes from a spiritual understanding, a spiritual connection, a spiritual guidance. We try to, portray it the best we can, but hey, maybe in another language, if we knew it, maybe it would have been more fluent to get through, but we got to come through an English language. That's a whole nother story.
So why would the purveyors, right? Let me ask you this question here. And I know you already know the answer to it, but just to keep the conversation going, but why would certain people want to, if it can't be explained, then why do you want to conquer the number, interpret it, and give it your own definition? What is your agenda? If it can't, why?
Man, listen, create a religion. Took a page out of Ronell Hubbard's book. You want to become rich? Create a religion. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
So you want world domination. You say, in order to get from point A, which is the beginning of my plan for world domination, to get to point Z, I have to make sure that humanity go through B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z. So how do you do that? You create this prophecy script, and you have these people like Timothy Leary and Sidney Gottlieb and Manly P. Hall, and these people keep society in banker wars, because if you put it in banker wars, it pushes us a step, towards B. And then you have people in the truth communities, or whatever you want to call it, that is telling you that, this means Satan, and 33 is this, and 66 is that, and that sports game is that, and now you're moving towards C. And before you know it, you're at Z. And then, all due respect to Tre, you're at Z saying, okay, now we know who killing all the people. Now we know the serial killer and all the dead bodies that they're killing. And then at that point, it's like, it's too late. They started a new system now. While you're steady waiting by decoding every day, game over. See, you in your decoding steps, which you think is, making a difference, okay, sure, has done nothing but allow them to push and slowly draw you down this yellow brick road. That's the whole concept of yellow brick road. Think about that. The yellow brick road. What was the yellow brick road? Dorothy and her crew was given by the Wicked Witch this fake path, the yellow brick road. She did not find how until she went off script. And when she went off script and seen what was really going on off the yellow brick road, she kind of knew, like, wait a minute, I'm being led, And then when she got into that little house or whatever it was that they found, at the end of the Wizard of Oz, she realized, wait a minute, there's something else behind the screen. See, so everything is trying to lead you down this prophecy, like Dorothy, until you step off the road, until you look behind the curtain. You're going to sit back and say, damn, all this time, I thought I was making a difference, stopping the New World Order, when in reality, I actually helped the noose get tighter. So what is it to do? I don't know if there's a way to stop them, to wake them up. We sit back and we watch them jump off the cliff. I mean, I'm at a point in my life here, right, where I'm just like, hey, man, cheers. Good luck with that.
Right. And that's where I left it, but unfortunately, I got trying to do something good because somebody reached out to me, and he said that Zach knew that he reached out to me. I mean, why would he make you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
We told Cuts, we was talking to Cuts, and from a spiritual
No, I mean Trey.
advice. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, when we were talking with Cuts, here's the reason why I told Cuts to knock it off. Because a demon needs a little bit of tinder, right? Just a little bit, just to create a flame. And then the fire department has to come. And those are the good guys. Me and yeah, right, other people, good guys, like girls like you guys, we got to come and put the fire out. So this guy just kicked up a fire, right? Because yeah, right, did something positive. He kicked up a fire for no fucking reason. So now we gotta douse this dude out again. And so Cuts, you got to hear me on this one. Underneath all this, it is sort of you that is still keeping this what they call the embers. You got embers going on a little bit at the bottom.
Right.
And it doesn't take a lot of embers. Pour a little bit of gas on it, it lights up. And because you had embers bubbling and your embers sparked a little bit of issues with Tre, yeah, right, tried to put the embers out before the shit kicked up a flame. And I think that's what he did by bringing you guys together, because I felt that. Like, yo, he's trying to keep this shit from, like, getting back crazy again. But the sad part about it, somebody like weak like Zach, that's all he needed. And now we back to a bushfire again. See, and I don't like this shit over and over again. This is the reason why I stepped away from this community, and I think this is the reason why I'm gonna probably take another hiatus for a couple more months, because there's a lot of fucking problems.
I'm gonna get off this topic. I'm still gonna just drop some videos, but maybe not be going live and stuff. I think I'm gonna take a break my damn self, man, because that's what I did last time. And hey, like I said, I'm not about to go back and forth. I laid all the traps, and I did in this video too. And hey, I already know. You know what I'm saying? So I strategically do and say things because I know where I know one thing, just like you know me, Wise. One thing I've learned is communication with and understanding how humans operate and communicate, so I know how to move. That is a good gift to get, is reading people, understanding people. And when you're in that energy, hey man, you could just you just know what you're gonna get.
We know. See, here's the angle that Zach doesn't get. We know the lights are gonna go off because they already have it in the very same script that Zach is teaching. I know the script, the very same script that they're reading and that they decode every night. I've seen it. I've had dreams about it. Visions was given to me about it. So I already know the script. So I anticipate these people doing whatever they can do to make the things that they are decoding and encoding come true. So that is not me stopping them. If anything, take the script and throw it in the garbage and burn it. Fuck the script. But I know that this is what they want. So we, in this serious conversation we're having now, when we look at Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Putin just went to North Korea. I don't care if you call it a psyop or you think it's all hoax. This shit is going to hit the fan soon. And if you guys want to sit here and argue about some dude, look, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I don't want to get you in trouble on this channel. Okay. I don't give a shit about religion. Okay. You have God's chosen people killing God's chosen people over there in Palestine. I don't want to promote anything that has to do with any religion that do not show restraint when it comes to murdering children. I don't give a shit about your terrorist war. You can blow up Hamas. You can kill Hezbollah. I have shit about, they're terrorists. Y'all can have at it. Leave innocent people out of it. And how can you, as a truth seeker, be conscious enough to promote a Jewish mystic system as if it's the rule of law, when the Talmudic Judaic system preaches supremacy. No different than other religions. I'm not saying it's the only one. I'm just using that one as an example. Preaches supremacy, whether it's color, race, shape. We as spiritual people should not follow any philosophy that pushes dogmatic religious division, Hegelian dialectic among people because of their color, because of their race, because this person believes that they're God chosen, everybody else is sheep, goyim. We use the word sheep and how they define us as sheep. Where do you think that comes from? It comes from Jewish mysticism. That concept of humans being chattel, sheep, goyim, useless eaters, that comes from Kabbalistic, Talmudic principles. It does. Like you said, that word truth seeker doesn't come from Christianity. It doesn't come from Islam. It doesn't come from, Egypt. It doesn't come from Athens, Rome. It comes from this Hebrew Jewish culture. I'm not saying it's wrong, because it's wrong you can find in any different culture. I'm not singling them as the evil, but what I'm saying is the Bible refers to it as a synagogue of Satan. If you really want to be frank, it refers to a certain group of people as a synagogue of Satan. And these are the people like Moses Alou and Fox News. These are the people that control your media. And then you guys say, well, what is media? Who controls your media? And I'm not trying to talk, crazy with people, but the same people that control your media, the same people that control your books, the same people that control your Illuminati, the ones at the top, the music industry. I love music because I used to do music. And one of the reasons I didn't fuck with music, because I was like, like most of the producers, especially, like some of the big people that did help Quincy Jones, they were a certain people that didn't have a problem with, like, okay, remember the movie Godfather? There was a scene where all the mobsters were there at the table, and Marlon Brando was the only like reasonable mobster who didn't want to like have drugs in certain communities and stuff like that. And he wanted to keep things clean and pure. But you had certain mobsters who was like, give it to the niggers, let them lose their souls. That's what he said in the Godfather script. That scene, take the mob stuff out of it, guys. You know what that scene was actually doing? It was talking about the 13 bloodline families in the Illuminati, and that the other families was of different groups and different races. But then you had one family who were so off the rocker. They were like, yo, dude, like, fuck these humans, man. Like, let them lose their souls. That's a very powerful concept when you start to understand Jewish mysticism, that it was not meant for us to know it. It was not meant for us to learn it.
It's powerful, man. So to say that this practice that they're doing comes from Jewish mysticism is kind of like, okay, well, what part of it is it? It's clearly a spiritual practice. What the fuck is y'all doing over there?
Man.
I mean, I got one that I would like to read again.
Okay.
I got a lot of bag of bones, right? And this one comes from Aleister Crowley. You never heard Zach talk about Aleister Crowley and gematria?
Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I've never heard of him, but Aleister Crowley warned about the potential dangers of using gematria, stating, semicolon, guys, this is what he said, not, yeah, right, the Matrix or Wise or anybody else. Gematria is a very dangerous weapon, and its use requires extreme care and skill, from 777 and other Kabbalistic writings. That's where y'all can find it. I'm giving it to you.
Liber 777 was his book.
Right. You go look that up, then come tell me something else. Next one. The student who relies solely on gematria is liable to fail into the trap of intellectual pride and to forget the spiritual significance of the symbols. That's from another book of Aleister Crowley. Go look it up. Gematria is a tool, not a master, and must be used with discretion and intuition, lest it become mere mechanical crutch. Now, that's old, because Aleister Crowley was born in 1875. So he's using words like lest. That's old English. Okay. We're not taught Old English anymore. So that comes from the vision and the voice, right? Next one, the abuse of gematria leads to the darkness of intellectualism, and the student becomes lost in the wilderness of words
Oh,
from the book of law. See,
oh.
see,
Wait a minute. The
don't
book of yeah. See. He's referencing.
send these motherfuckers over here, Zach, because I'm gonna give them a lesson where this is y'all shit, not mine. I don't teach gematria. I just went for myself and say, you know what, I need to find this out. And when I research. Like
And
I don't.
think about his goals. Let's be clear. His goals, along with H.P. Blavatsky, is to, David Bowie and all these people, is to reach a godhood state, right? Mastery. So him dismissing and discarding irrelevant things is obvious. If a person is trying to obtain from a depth all the way up to priest, high level priest, or whatever he's trying to achieve. So imagine if me and you are in a attic and I'm looking for an old photo album. Yeah, I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna say, you know what? I don't need that. Throw this shit out. Yeah, I don't need that. None of that. So he has legitimate reasons to
Mhm.
speak truthfully about the importance of information that he's coming across if it doesn't aid him in becoming the best sorcerer that he's trying to be. So
Right.
he's saying, like, look, I'm trying to become, the Baphomet. I'm trying to become God. I'm trying to help restore Satan on earth, or Luciferianism, whatever he's trying to do. And I'm telling all my students, gematria is a waste of time. It is not going to help me achieve my goal.
Right.
Okay. And whatever he's trying to
Just,
do.
just like you're trying to say. What did that say from one of his books? Gematria is a tool, not a master. Boom. Lest it become a mere mechanical crutch, right? And then it says Crowley emphasized the importance of balancing gematria with spiritual insight. Is there any spirituality over there? No. Okay.
Mhm.
Spiritual insight, intuition, and practical experience, lest it become a mere intellectual exercise or a means of self deception. He stressed that gematria should be used as a tool for spiritual growth and self discovery rather than an end in itself. It's nothing to do with spiritual growth and self discovery, right? I'm
Mhm.
just saying this is gematria. I mean, is there two? Which one is real? Which one's different?
And let's
Because
remember, these books that he wrote at the time was not released to the public. It was
right,
republished to the public. That's why he's, yeah, right, he's reading now. These these lessons was only given to his circle of people. So
exactly.
so don't make it like, oh, well, yeah, right, he's reading this, and he could be just misdirection because no, he told this to his private team of sorcerers, or whatever you want to call it, and somehow that information, years and years later, got out to the general public.
Right, this is the early 1900s, y'all. That's how long this shit been going on. Early 1900s. It
Mhm.
should be used as a tool for spiritual growth and self-discovery. That ain't going on over there. And then they'll try to manipulate and say, "Oh well, we're learning the truth and we're doing." No, 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 no. That's not what this is all about. No, sorry, no, not gonna work with me, man. It's not gonna work
Mm,
with me. And these are just a couple little light feathers that I got. So,
man.
hey, keep sending them over here. I'll keep feeding them.
Yeah, keep fit.
We,
That's look what you did. That's why I say the results and the method and how to win, if use it lack of a better word, but you showed that. And that was, what did it do? Trey is in a different planet, for the most part that we've known him. But somehow, through the grace of the universal creator, he was able to connect with us,
mm-hmm.
and everybody else that respected him. And if we can keep him, great. Far as keep him, meaning he learns and he grows in his he's an older guy like us, but he grows in his own wisdom, and we able to kind of feed off each other. That's a beautiful thing. So what is the winning result? The winning result is that we are attracting people that are leaving his area. I don't have people on my channel who's coming back to me to say, "Hey, Wise, I don't fuck with you no more. I now fuck with Zach." It's not. I'm sorry. I don't have my subscribers are not saying, "Sorry, Wise. Uh, I'm going to Zach." I have Zach's people coming to me. I have people who say, "You know what? We did that shit. I'm glad I woke up from it. So it's only a one-way street here, folks. You have people from his side, like the guy you mentioned in the live stream. You have people coming to
exactly.
us.
Right. And they asking, okay, you know, like I said, I shot out some fucking breadcrumbs the other day. Played like I ain't know nothing about gematria, and I just sound stupid and the fool because I knew Zach was gonna take that and try to make it out to be something, and I'm stupid and I'm dumb. Well, you're trolling, so I'm just giving you what you want, you know. So keep them coming over here.
I'll tell you something I seen real quick. Yeah, right. When we was on that live stream, and this is before you allowed me on the panel. This is a very, very eye-opening thing that I noticed, and I think that was his account. He jumped in and he made some little comments, and the first thing he said under his account in the chat before you removed him was, "Congratulations to all my winners."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Now,
that.
I said to myself, forget what you and Trey was talking about and Cuts, and I was in the chat section too, and he kept highlighting the betting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about like damn, Zach, that's kind of like pretty nice of you because they're talking about you and you're just kind of, I thought he was ignoring it and just wanted to just promote his stuff. And after everything kind of played out, I said to myself, like, that's what this guy does, man. This guy does not care about the human condition.
No.
Their culture, their religion do not care about the human condition. People like you, yeah, right. You care about the human condition. I saw the video the other day you put up about the pigeon, right?
Mm.
And you know, I'm like, this guy cares about life. Okay, and that's what I respect about you. To you jump on somebody else's stream, and the only thing you're saying to people is, hey guys, you know, congratulations to all those people who made, you know, some quick money, made you some money. It's like, dude, people are out here scared as shit. They need food. You know, I know people who have relatives in Palestine. Like, people are going through real fucking problems, and we don't know what's going to happen between today and tomorrow. We just living by faith, hoping that, you know, we can see our kids grow up and not get drafted by the military. And this fucking kid's worried about fucking money and you know, this is the disconnect. Like, do you not know the world? Do you not see in your script, which you would think he would know it, the sense of urgency we ought to have? That if the script is true, and because the Boston Celtics beat so and so, and the numbers show that the beast is coming back to Earth to kill off everybody, where's your sense of urgency, sir? You seem like you more concerned about the scores and congratulating winners than about the script that is talking about Satan coming back. And if the script is true, like you guys say it is, and if Satan is on his way to return and World War III is coming, I think you need to be talking about something else than congratulating your winners in your betting revenue. That's how you know it's bullshit. Because if it was me and I had access to a script that told me step by step, code by code, script by script, that this is what's going to happen, 90% of my videos would be telling people, get the fuck ready, and this is what you need to do to survive. But you're not doing that. You're steady encouraging people to do what? Make more money. Why would I need to make more money, Zach, in a system that your script says is going to collapse? What fucking sense does that make?
Right.
You know, it's going to collapse, dude.
Exactly.
The world's going to end. Why does it matter? You know?
Exactly. There's somebody in the backstage. Cuts is back here. I'm bring Cuts up on here a minute.
Let's see. All right.
And then there's hold on, shit, I just lost it. And then there's Glitch in the Matrix wanted to say something, so we'll see what that's all about.
A lot of people tonight, huh?
Yeah, I don't know who this is. What's good?
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Is my audio okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you good. Hold on, Cuts, 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's
If somebody was really winning, like they say they are on this betting or whatever, using this gematria to their advantage, they wouldn't be online trying to convince you, oh, I'm winning, come join it, try it. It sounds like a pyramid scheme to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, if it's facts, And I mean that's where I was at with the whole thing. If it's facts and it's this and it's 100% legit, I mean, you would be, I mean, things would be different in that true community for sure if it was on point like that. If like I try to explain to Trey, if it's all facts when he's dropping all the shit about everything adds up perfectly with these news stories, perfectly ironically for Zach, everything adds up to the T. It's undoubtable. It's 100%. But yet you go over to that shit and you talking 15%, 20%, in the sports community. No, that can't be, how does that even work? You got 100 over here and 20, something's not just the fucking adding up. And using the same number system and the same tactics and the same beliefs, it just don't add up, man.
Man, I can go in on this, and I'm passionate about this stuff. But like Glitch in the Matrix, his sub name is the Living God, and I'm gonna tell you something. See, the Living God doesn't have any reliabilities. Let me say it again. The Living God doesn't rely on anything or any source. See, gematria relies on something. See, spirit, energy, consciousness, motion doesn't rely on anything. It is what it is, as we always say. It is what it is, right? Whether humans is on this earth or not, if we all die, the earth is going to continue to still do what the earth does. The earth does not exist for humans. It exists all within its own existence. So gematria needs something in order to make a difference. It needs an outcome. It needs a article. It needs a sports score. It needs a football game. It needs writing. It needs news art. It needs something in order for these guys to grab that, and then that's when they can start working. So in other words, if the system was to crash, if the newspapers was to go out of business, if the sports was to stop ceasing to exist, would gematria on his channel exist? It won't. So it's relying on the Super Bowl. It relies on sports to continue to, in other words, it relies on the system to continue being as the system has always been for the last thousands of years. That is not defeating the system. That is keeping the system alive because you need it and it needs you for survival. So how is that anything of God if it needs the very same thing that is enslaving it to exist? That doesn't, I mean, I'm not trying to sound way out there, but it's a conundrum. It's like saying your wife is with you because she needs you to beat her. And, if you don't beat her, she's going to blow her brains out. So you have to abuse her. And because she needs to be abused, she stays with you. It doesn't make any sense. See? And I don't know why people are saying that. Because first of all, Glitch too, is not predicting anything. It's predicting, or not predicting, but it's waiting for the result of something for it to be in use. So you don't even know what's going to happen until after the fact.
Right.
It's a dollar.
And not only, you're right, not only is it reliant about an event or an outcome, but it's also based on a man-made construct, which is math, which is numbers, which is language.
Which is flawed on top of flaw. It's flawed on top of flaw.
Yeah. And nothing is the end-all be-all of anything. It's just a tool. You can't find the answers in one book. You can't stay in one box and figure it all out. You got to constantly be questioning and learning everything, to get the grand scheme.
And this,
sorry, you're right. Go ahead.
This is one thing. There's another rabbit out of the hat. This is one thing. The people, Jewish, the Kabbalists. This is what they say. They say that gematria is considered false or artificial from Kabbalistic scholars, and they say for several reasons: lack of sacred language. English is not considered a sacred language like Hebrew, which is believed to have been divinely revealed. Now, that could be up for belief, but we know what English is already. But for gematria, this is where it came from, and they said it's not a sacred language like Hebrew, so it lacks sacred language. Number two is arbitrary assignments. English letters are assigned numerical values arbitrarily, unlike Hebrew, where each letter has an intrinsic numerical value. And then number three is no traditional basis. English gematria is not rooted in traditional Kabbalistic practices or Jewish scripture. Modern invention. English gematria is relatively recent, as a recent development dating back to the 20th centuries. Number five, lack of spiritual significance. English gematria is seen as lacking the spiritual significance and depth of traditional Hebrew gematria. How and then it goes into, even if it's not rooted in traditional Kabbalistic practices.
Yeah, and yeah, right. Here's the home run for you. So gematria, what I just mentioned, was not used in Hebrew, maybe some of their beginning books. So where was gematria? Why is gematria so prevalent in Jewish mysticism? Here's the answer. And you can Google this right now. Gematria was heavily used in the Midrash, Midrash, which is their writing,
Yeah.
and the Talmud. Those two fanatical religious books or concepts within the Judaic religion is only where gematria flourished. It flourished in the Talmud. If you
Mhm.
read the Talmud, you will understand the concepts of the stuff that me and Yerai's been saying all night. So gematria is prevalent, not in the Bible, or the Old Testament. You don't hear about gematria in the Old Testament, which is where the Torah is based off. So gematria is not even talked about in the Torah. If
Mhm.
the Torah is the Judaic religious book, then why is gematria not mentioned in the Bible? You find me the word gematria written in the Torah, but
Mhm.
because gematria was not written in religion, it was written in the rabbi scriptures. The rabbinical scriptures is the Talmud, and when you read
Mhm.
those rabbinical scriptures, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, dude!" Uh, they don't like you. They don't like you at all, and you're not gonna convince me that in order for me to free myself from this Luciferian system, that I have to read Lucifer's book.
Mhm.
I'm just using that as like, in order for me to break free out of Lucifer's grip, I got to put on Lucifer's gloves. No thanks. No thanks.
And also, this was coming from Rabbi Eliezer. He wrote the Bera, the Berata of the 32 rules, which lists gematria as the 28th rule for interpreting the Bible. See, do you see where
There you
this
go.
goes to? Like, what is
Because
he?
think what they do, yeah, right? They take gematria, which is based in Talmud. They
Mhm.
use that key or that graph and juxtapose it into the Bible scripture to show how the Bible is pointing back to them as the chosen, which is leading you down the biblical prophecy. So the
Mhm.
biblical they believe that the biblical prophecy, especially the book of Revelations, cannot even be interpreted without the use of gematria or the Talmud in relation to what the rabbis interpreted these words to mean based off of gematria. So you're reading the Bible and you're thinking 144,000 means and that Jesus is going to come back. You say Jesus is returning. They say no, that's not what it means. According to the Talmud and according to gematria,
Mhm.
the Moshiach is who's returning, and the Moshiach doesn't mean Jesus. It doesn't. And you're like, how does that? That's what it says right there. Yeah, but the interpretation does. Is it Isa? Is it because different religions have different names for Jesus, but it's not what you think. They interpret something different. The third temple, the temple of Solomon. You read the book of the King Solomon, and you're like, yo, Solomon. He some cases in the Bible they say he went to hell. You're like, yo, like this dude started getting into some crazy divinations in the Bible. But in their scripture, in their interpretation, like Solomon was great. These temples, the Shamir, comes from Solomon, and they venerate Solomon. Solomon is what brought them the keys of Jewish mysticism. They didn't, gematria comes from Metatron, but it was Solomon who interpreted the magical systems for
Mhm.
Jewish consumption.
Yeah.
So you start getting to the third temple and the Moshiach and man, sacrificing of the red heifer. You start getting to this red heifer stuff. Like, where's the Bible talking about red heifers and all that? Like, yeah, dude, you got to have that. You got to have that
There,
key and lay it over the Bible.
this goes into what you're saying. There's this one book, right? and it explains that the literal Kabbalah is divided into 3 parts: Gematria, the Notoricon, and
Yep.
so the Kabbalah is divided into those. What
I call it the 3 sisters. That's why I always say the 3 sisters. You know.
I mean, when you go deep in Gematria, it gets deep, man. It really gets deep, and then you got to say, well, what the fuck are they doing? And that's how you know, like, okay, what's really going on here? And that's when you say, you know what, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm over it. I'm good with it.
Because you guys are seeing what we're up against, and not to sound, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here too, but
yeah,
it's like
I just wanted before we go give Kuts a chance to say his piece.
Okay, go ahead, Kuts. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Oh no, I was saying like we see. This is why I didn't understand like with the live stream with Tre. He said like I see the serial killer and it gives me confirmation. And I was like, okay, I get it. But think about this, guys. They just unleashed a nitric oxide robbing poison just a few short years ago when everybody was kind of chilling, right, at home.
Mm-hmm.
They try to kill you. They try to kill you.
Why? You know what's funny? I don't mean to cut you off, but I'll lose the thought because you said nitric oxide. Do you know before Timothy Leary died, right? It blew my mind. I got it in my video. I got to clip some stuff out, but that part should still be in my video. Timothy Leary and his followers, before he died, they was at his house, right? They came to see him. They were veering to him like a god, yo. This shit was weird as fuck. But they were sucking on nitric oxide.
What?
Yo, I was tripping, man. So was it like, yeah, he had a big giant balloon and they was sucking on nitric oxide. I'm like, yo, what?
I said that's why I say, to everybody out here, and this is my last thing I'm gonna say. I ran my mouth a lot tonight. I feel thankful because there are a lot of us out here that has been ahead of the curve without the need of the very same systems that are entrapped in us. People like, yeah, right, Kuts, Mike, Glitch in the Matrix, many others out there, True Virus, brother. I think we are being attacked because we are tapped in, and we're tapped in spiritually through prayer, through meditation, just trying to be good people in our lives. And I think we are being rewarded by the Creator, by heaven dreams, heaven visions, and reading things and seeing articles. And like you said, you're connecting stuff that's like, what led you to this? I mean, I understand the internet is the internet, but it's
check this out. How many times have me and you woke up, hit each other up, and be like, yo, remember when like Mr. 19 was going on? We was just waking up with new information. Just like we go to sleep, we be thinking about some shit. We go to sleep, we wake up, we like, yo, man, this and that, this came to me. When you in that energy, you ain't even gotta do shit.
And I'll tell you something else.
Internet.
People can believe it or don't. When me and you came out with that nitric oxide stuff, that around that period, we both end up really sick at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you got sick first. You came back. He was really, really, you sounded sick. Yeah. And I think after like the next day, dude, I told you guys, I passed out on my bathroom floor. And my wife said, this is around the COVID shutdown. My wife said, oh, honey, I'm gonna take you to the ER. I said, and I sat on the couch and I told her, no, you're not. And when I said that, whatever that was inside of my body, whatever that made me sick, it left my body. It fled because I knew that I was being attacked, whether through energy weapons, whether it was biological attack, whatever it was that happened. And like I said, our channels got shut down so quick when we started talking about this stuff. This is before they came out with the sticking it in your nose. We were ahead of it then. And let me tell you something. Here's another one that they didn't like, and I mean the people over there in that community. Remember when Lahaina Maui happened in Hawaii? And me and you started talking about lithium.
Yeah, they
direct energy. And then what did Zach do? All of a sudden he started shitting on you again.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this man like, what this got to do with what he's doing over there? It has nothing.
I shared your video and it pissed him off and he went ham. And I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, we started talking about
he's an Agent Smith he's an Agent Smith. When you're on this path, you're gonna be attacked on all fronts. They're gonna
Yeah.
call you crazy, and
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
tactics every time.
See, we're like I said, he's changing numbers, we're changing lives. That's
Mhm.
that's going to be my model. Because while you're out here, making stuff fit into a narrative, I'm just trying to help people, man. Like trying to save people, trying to
Mhm.
wake people up, right? And when you did what you did with Cuts and Brother Trey, like I said, it was powerful, man. When I jumped on,
Mhm.
I threw love out there to the Trey, and I still do. To Cuts, and I left that night, man, feeling good about that conversation. Man. I was like, damn, I was like, yeah, right, man. Like, and I felt worried because when I got off that night, I was
Yeah.
like, damn, yo, I can't believe this dude just like fucking like it worked. This guy just brought people together.
Repercussions. I already know it was gonna be some repercussions. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
even texted him right after that. We both texted each other like, "Yo, that was a good. That we both felt good."
Hell yeah, man. And Trey, if you're listening, Trey, like I said, man, I would love to rock with you on the stream. All of us again. Like, man, look, you welcome over here, bro. All those people over there, man. Anybody's welcome across here, man. We don't shun
But
anybody away. None of that.
always, always.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
It's
but
time to wake up, man. Shit.
take me a break myself. You know what I mean? But you never know. I just whatever way the universe. You know what I mean? It pulled me out for a reason. Pulled you out for a reason. Ironically, you just came back. At the same time, this all going down. So
Yeah.
it's the energy, man. Full moon, and solstice on. It's what it's supposed to be, man.
Mhm. And like I said, we talking about all this. I'm gonna let Cut say what we gotta say, but all this stuff we said, we didn't even get through the halfway point of exposing this. Cuts was talking about the networks and we talked about the AI. I did a video where we talking about geometry. What do ge means? Je mean earth. Ge means earth. Je like
Mm.
geology,
Yeah.
geography. That's why they use
Earth.
ge. Je means earth. Matri means birth.
Yeah, it means earth. I did this before. It means earth, mother. Shit, I forgot. It means earth, mother. I did this. I was like, yo, I bet y'all don't know what gematria actually means.
Womb.
Man, I forgot it offhand.
Now
And
think
a gem is literally a rock. It's literally a gem
now,
is like
yes.
makes
Now
up
think
the
about
earth.
this glitch. I told Cuts months and months ago that there was an old Atari code system called Gem Atari. GEMATRI. If you look it up, Gem Atari. What was Gem Atari? It was a code. It was the Gem Atari was one of the first gaming system algorithms that were created for GUI interfaces. A GUI means graphical user interface. So you talk about the Matrix, right? Yeah, right. No pun on the Matrix. What happens in the movie Matrix? You were birthed in the beginning scene. The baby was in a bubble, right? The baby was birthed in the womb and brought into physical existence. So what is that talking about? I said it earlier. It's talking about the demiurge, the god of the material world. Who is the god of material world according to ancient cultures? You want to call it Satan, Lucifer? I leave it up to you. So gematria is a system based on a materialistic world through the spirit of the demiurge, or Saturn. It's Saturnalia, which is what Jewish mysticism is based off. Is rooted in Saturn worship. Come on, man. Gematria, birthing you from the spiritual world into the material world. So it's a material system for material people who worship a materialistic God or materialistic deity, Yahweh, Jehovah. Those are demiurge. Jehovah is the god of the material world, the star of Remphan. The star of Remphan connects to what? To Saturn, the
I
light, the
remember
light
we
bearer.
had,
I mean, come on,
we
man.
had that other thing like the Book of Sod too. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, you start getting into the book of Sod, and then you start getting into who's the house of Sod. The house of Sod is Saudi Arabia.
Also reminds me of Mossad.
It was spelled a little different, SOD versus SAD, but yeah, I mean, it's all phonetics. You don't know if the A was translated and dropped and they inserted a O. That's what you have to follow. Like what you're saying is certain alphabets doesn't exist in these Jewish systems. So you know, like I said, in Islamic, you know, Jesus is not Jesus, is Isa, you know, because of the different phonetics. So, you know, who knows? You know, is it Mossad? Is it the House of Saad? You know, who knows, man?
I,
You know,
I came up with a thought, like it might be an interesting gematria challenge for everybody. If anybody can do some deeper research and find out what the actual like Sumerian cuneiform type of gematria that what's his name? The guy Sargon, the King Sargon the Second,
the
used to build the
Akkadians.
wall of Korsabad with. Does
Mhm.
anybody know what kind of gematria cipher they had for in the Sumerian?
See, here's what you have to understand, because
Sargon,
gematria.
Sargon, Sargon the second, in the year 727, whatever BC, they say that used gematria in inscription and staining the wall of Khorsabad.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like when it was kind of like geometry, you know, because it said it was 16,283 cubits long, which corresponds to the numerical value of his name.
Right. So you'd have to figure out the Sumerian for his name and then figure out what their type of cipher or gematria for the Sumerian cuneiform is. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, how did they determine that?
Yeah, that's some deep stuff, and they
And,
probably used, you know, other understandings to come up with that.
and
You know?
this is where like deep,
And the numbers don't match.
because here's the thing, because this is where deep programming it gets massive. What is a cipher? A cipher is a arrangement of letters and numbers. In other words, a cipher is encryption. Is encryption. It's encryption. In order to decipher an encryption, you need an encryption key. So, if gematria is a cipher, which is encrypted words in a text or in a, you know, a sports game, 33 is not really 33
Right.
because it has to be de-encrypted with a certain tool. I'll give you an example. If you had a computer and you encrypt your hard drive, all your data or your pictures or images on your computer is
Isn't it like
scrambled. It's scrambled.
isn't that called like cryptography
Cryptography.
Cryptography.
or whatever the hell?
It's scrambled. Now, when you see it, it's going to look like AZ, lowercase e, GB, I, LOP, 000, 666, backslash, backslash. It's going to have all these crazy symbols. Yeah, that's what you see, but you cannot get meaning out of it until you decrypt it with a certain encryption key. And when you decrypt it with the encryption key that Microsoft gives you, like for BitLocker, then it'll say, hey, Wise, this is your, you know, family photo book. So what these people are decoding is a encrypted number 33 that has not been de-encrypted yet, but they're out here promoting encrypted numbers because that's what a cipher is. A cipher. So that King Sargon, his word or his stuff that he had was encrypted, and it looked like something else to the average human being. But when you take it and run it through whatever tool he used, you're like, holy crap, that means something else. If those guys in that community don't have the tool, and it's not gematria, all they are reading is a zip file, basically. Just reading a zip folder that's not even unzipped, if that makes sense, right? For my computer people. You feel me? No, I'm serious. Like, do you guys
Hey
understand?
y'all, hey, I figured it out, y'all. Pass the collection plate and join my course.
Yeah.
Hey, there's this really, really great website you can use to like debunk all their fake gematria rhetoric. It's called Hebrew Gematria Values, BillHendrick.com, and it has all of the actual gematria values of words in Hebrews that equals all the numbers you can find. So I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the gematria values for 33. And guess what, guys? None of these values, that doesn't say it means please. It doesn't mean it means Fraternal Order of the Jesuits. 33 doesn't mean demons and
Satan is coming to
Satan.
get you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean any of this stuff they said. You know, want to see listen to what some of these words mean for the equals. These are Hebrew letters that equal that is a word in Hebrew that I'm not going to say I know Hebrew, but these words equal 33 in gematria literally. First one means to fall or sink down, to droop, to wither, to anguish, to be sorrowful, to mourn, to be moist, to be fresh or green, moist spot, meadow, morning, a wailing cry, truly decidedly, but yet river, stream, river district. All right, check. That doesn't match their rhetoric. The next one equals, it's a 3-letter word in Hebrew that equals 33 in gematria. It means to vex or hurt. All right, that doesn't match their rhetoric. The next one, it means exaltation, heap, fountain, bell, bowl, or to be hollow. That doesn't match their 33 rhetoric. Next one, purity, cleanness. Next one, to wait for, testing, a bait, a hook, an angle. That doesn't match their rhetoric. The next one means beloved. The next one means Yah lives. The next one means to burn, to be parched. The next one, to seize or raven.
All right, that's enough. We get it.
So we have a conundrum here, then, Cuts. That's a conundrum. I mean,
You're not teaching gematria. I mean, this is gematria.
The only conundrum is, what does focusing on this info do to better your quality of life?
Exactly.
Right.
That's it. And we need to ask a question.
I'm fascinated by all this.
After tonight's discussion, you know, I like me.
You're fascinated by what I would argue is useless information in your world because it's doing nothing for you to better your quality of life.
How do you know what it's doing for me or not?
Understand.
Okay, sure.
Well, we know.
So is this information helping you accomplish all your goals and what you want to accomplish in life?
What you mean, gematria?
No, it's just
whatever he was just reading. That he said he claims he's fat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna really. I don't know. It does. Shit don't do nothing.
No, I'm not here to argue, but with his beliefs or what he wants to read. And all I'm saying is, there's a lot of power in what you focus on and what you consume. Like, what's the end goal? What is this consuming, this entertainment or whatever doing for me to benefit me? Or is it just useless information?
You know what?
Can I answer that?
Cuts. Check this out. What if you just go dark and see what he does? Just go dark for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just go dark for a while. I mean,
I don't know.
Good thing. Go dark.
That's a good point, Glitch. You know what you're saying is it doesn't.
Whatever you consume and you focus on is the box you're gonna be kind of trapped in that box, arguing about flat Earth, arguing about gematria, arguing about politics, left, right, blue, red. Like, what is it?
I would say the reason why it's important
in a state you're not realizing. You're not tapping into infinite power because you're worried or focusing on like minute details that don't really matter in the grand scheme of infinite power.
Well, Glitch, it's about the mission. You know, what is people's mission? You have people out here. Mission is to divert, is to destroy, is to bring life, is to inspire. So what I'm doing, and for example, I want to inspire people to be better humans. And to live a life that they imagine for themselves, not some prophecy. However, in doing this mission, you do have to take that very dirty road, and that dirty road is what Right did is saying, look, I don't mean to shake you from your slumber. I know you kind of just want to eat your burger and chill and be happy and stick your head in the sand and scream love, life, and peace. But I'm gonna show you some shit that's gonna shake you to your core. That these people who you think is your friend, these people that you think got your best interests, like your McDonald's and your Burger King and all that, they're trying to kill you. Your pharmaceutical company, oh yeah, guess what that shit is? They sticking up your nose, dude. You know what they're doing? They're trying to bust through your blood-brain barrier. So when you so the gematria part is a part that I kind of tiptoe around because I'm trying to give this guy a chance. this guy is the other dude on the other side. Like, look, dude, make your money, shut the fuck up, and leave me the fuck alone. All right, little boy. No, I'm saying this now. Shut the fuck up and leave me alone, little boy. Don't say my name. Do your shit and shut the fuck up, dog. Because if you keep barking, dog, I'm gonna expose your entire fucking Jewish lineage and your entire shit. Because I know a dude like you gotta have some Jewish lineage because you rep this shit way too hard, dog. So if you want to go there, we can go there. And somebody said in the comment sections, yeah,
There's-
right.
Dare we say Zionist? You know,
Listen, there's
Uh,
most evil.
it's a deep bag over here.
It's-
Trust me.
Look, the dude said that monkey shit, and somebody in your channel, yeah, right, in this live stream you did with Tre the other day that I saw, people were saying it. They was like, yo, you know, why is this dude always decoding shit about the black culture? Somebody said that.
Yeah, it was.
And when you
deep,
really
man.
think
we were
about
talking
this,
last
man,
night
you're gonna
in
need
the
to
chat.
ask some serious. You're gonna ask some serious questions now. And I don't want to bark up that tree because I don't play that card. But my thing is, yo, fam, okay, you seem like you more focused about this young teenage black girl that got shot in the streets than these motherfuckers up here in the Vatican. Okay, you care about that rap star that got his head blown off over a drug deal because niggas trying to eat. Then you worried about these white boys in Washington D.C. So what the fuck you on, dog? Why you so giddy to rush with a news story when some black person get killed or some black athlete die or something, man? It's a lot of other stories out here, man. You ain't running those numbers about. You ain't running those numbers about black culture, dog. Let me see you run them numbers on some motherfucking bowling or some motherfucking tennis or some motherfucking you know.
That goes back to information. Can you control what people focus on? If they want to focus on BS and toxic and arguing and whatever's trending,
Yeah, it's a
and whatever,
captivation.
you can't control the NPCs.
No, you can't. But here's the problem, though, Glitch. We doing our
There
own
has
thing
to
over
be a
here, baby.
counterbalance.
We doing our own thing over here, baby. I've been doing my own thing, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
but the
These
best way to do
coming
your own thing is to not even worry and pay attention and give energy and attention.
I think
to
there's an
those
aspect.
people.
Can I
Like,
say real quick? There's an aspect of it. It captivates a lot of the people out there. Of course, they're dumbed down, and they see this and they think they got it. You know,
Wait, hold on.
and that's all they think they need to know.
This
you
is
know,
how-
because people are so naive in the sense that they've never been in the real world, and they get some of this. Yeah, it might make sense and stuff, and there's a lot of patterns that are, you know, they're not coincidences, but people get stuck on that. There's much more. It's just one little slice, and people get stuck on that, and it's very toxic. That's just like.
I want to say one thing. Here's the thing. We overstand about giving energy and not paying attention and do that. I believe in an eye for, you know, a fracture for a fracture. If somebody targets you, you got a right to respond. That's just natural. Anything.
No doubt.
You have the ability.
It's God's right.
You got the ability to say, no. I'm choosing right now to say, yeah. I turn it off. It's on my. It's as long as it's only on my terms. That's all that matters. It's nobody's turned me off. I turn myself off.
And you know, your Glitch, you got living God as a subtitle. It's real facts. Like, if you want to get in the spiritual or the religious part, let's touch on the spiritual. In the spiritual realm, right? You had many different archangels in the highest spheres. We're not even talking about the lower sphere. That keep the lower octaves in their place. So this whole thing about good people, you know, we just have to be love, life, and peace. Let me tell you something, man. Michael, you know, if you want to talk about Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and you know, they working in overtime making sure these demons stay in their place. So the people like me and and other and all you guys listening, like
wise. What we're doing right now is actually love. Yeah, most everybody here knows that what we're doing is love.
It's love, dog. You ain't seen war, because like I said, when angels pull their swords out,
and I was
demons getting put in their place.
This was my.
Well, I've seen angels and demons and entities. I've been to multiple dimensions. I've seen behind the veil several times. So I know what you're talking about.
We can flip on that. We can flip on. We can flip on.
Somebody just don't remember, you know.
Right, but think about it. We can flip on that. We can flip on. You know, you want to go reptilians, the Lyrians. The Octurians. We can flip on the Octurians. What was the responsibility?
Man, you got so much knowledge.
Yeah, but real talk, Bamboo. Let's flip on the Octurians. What was the responsibility for that, man? What's the responsibility for the Octurians? What was the responsibility for the Lyrians? Me and Universal Mother, we was connecting with the Lyrians. Let's talk about that. You know what the Lyrians was? The Lyrians' responsibility was to make sure the universe and the reptilians weren't going around hijacking planets for their resources. This is the Galactic Union. Do you know about the Intergalactic Union? We can
I
flip
don't know
on
any of
that.
this. No, a lot of
Come
this
on,
I
man.
don't
This
know.
is
Why?
really
So it's like
I'm beyond all that.
just
I
first of all,
understand in the realm of
say real
infinite
quick, like,
power, in the hold on, let me finish this. In the realm of infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite possibilities, infinity, pretty much. We're just touching on a small piece of information. It's countless. There's infinite races out there, infinite entities, infinite beings,
no doubt.
all that shit. And at the end of the day, when you go all the way to the end of it, this is all an illusion of separation. Everything is really connected behind the scenes, like one big.
Right. But here's the thing too.
Can I just say real quick,
it's a
though,
destructive force, though, brother.
Before I get into it real quick, I just want to say what's up, yeah,
The
right?
fake
What's up, Wise,
gematria is really bad.
Glitch, and everybody else, Cuts. Thank you for having me up. I'm just chiming in, and like I don't want to ruin the flow, you know. So
No
I
doubt.
learned so much from you, Wise man. Just what you were just saying right there. I had no
That's
idea.
like I said.
So
That's
just keep it up, man. I
see.
appreciate
My
it.
thing is, you know, and Glitch, I appreciate you too. My thing is, man, like, you know, when I talk, whether it's showcasing on somebody's platform or doing my own thing, like I'm only giving people 1/10 of what I could talk about because I know a lot of people are not ready for it. So even when I talk about this gematria stuff, I'm still being judicious with the kid. And the kid mean those boys over there. I'm still being nice and fair. And people told me, like, yo, why take the gloves off this cat, man? This cat keep calling your name out. Take the gloves off, man. What you waiting on? And these is my old head. These my heads that had nothing to do with this platform. People who follow you guys and listen, that's in my local life here. They're like, yo, Wise, why you steady kidnapping with these boys, man? Like, you need to start chopping these dudes' heads off, man, like verbally. You know, like let these dudes know you on a whole nother level of knowledge. But I always keep it real low key, like, okay, guys, let's just, let's talk about, Manly P. Hall. Fuck a Manly P. Hall. I can go on some shit that Manly P. Hall studied from. We can go into the Book of Thought. We can go into Trismegistus. We can get into some really deep shit before Jewish. Like I told people,
definitely ain't God. No.
But like, where do Hebrew come from, my brothers? Let me say this again. Hebrew was based off of Aramaic. So if you want to know what gematria really is, you got to go back to Aramaic. We ain't even gonna go into Sumerian. We ain't gonna go into Egyptian, and things like that, and Kemet and Cush. Just keep it strictly there. The Semite language. Semite, they say anti-Semitic. Let's go into the language of the Semite.
Reverse that definition.
Teaching fake gematria is technically anti-Semitic.
People are finally waking up to realize that everything about the anti-Semitism we were taught is totally bullshit, because these people that claim that they're the Zionists, whatever, I don't even want to say that. You know what?
Yeah.
Those people that control us here in this Congress and everything, and they buy out and they run our money down for foreign policy for their bullshit and the genocide.
Man, you go deep with this shit. You start getting you start learning about Hasidic. You learn about Hasidic.
And the Palestinians are the real Semites, man.
They winning though. They winning because they got you focused on the wrong thing, and you're not bettering your life and tapping into your power. You have to look. You don't have to look outside yourself.
But no, that's
you're part of the creation already.
Let me say this, and I'll be done. Here's where it gets scary, Glitch. The stuff that you're saying and the stuff that I'm saying, and we all agree with, those concepts that you're mentioning, yeah, right, here we go, yeah, right. Those concepts is not yours. I get it. It sounds nice, and we all say it. Those concepts was given into a community fictitiously by the CIA and Timothy Leary. You're talking about energy and living outside of our bodies and conscious. This was LSD.
So you're telling me that my own personal experiences
I'm not talking
about given to me.
I'm not talking about
outside
personal experience. Because here's the facts.
Did any psychedelic?
We're saying that gematria is a total fraud.
Well, let me finish this, guys. What I'm saying is, if it comes from God, it can't be explained. Didn't you just say that? It can't be explained. It can't be explained. If you experience something that you believe is divine or some type of vision or some type of experience, it can't be explained.
It's unexplainable. 100%.
You can only live it.
Does anybody really believe that the elite New World Order is really going to let you know their code that they're running everything by? I mean, what a joke! Unbelievable.
So we take the word God to imply something that we can't even describe. How can you describe God? If you can draw it on a piece of paper, could you draw it? Could you? Would you?
Yeah, I could describe it. I'm right here. I'm part of it. I'm tapped into infinite power.
Yes, because you know
Yes.
why? Because you know why? That is your experience. See, so it's subjective to your experience. So the problem that we have is that you have a group of people trying to narrate your experience. And people like me feel, for whatever reason, I feel it is my mission to do exactly what you just said, Glitch, is to follow your own thought, like True Virus said, to be clear, follow your own heart, follow your own frequency, not what these systems tell you, because 99.9% of the time you're going to be wrong. See? So what you're saying, Glitch, is 100% fact. Is that just what people should be doing? Go experience it for yourself and not listen to some motherfucker selling you some shit.
Facts.
Period.
Don't be led by anything of the world. Do not be led by the world, is what you're saying. Or any construct, any concept that's been given to us. You're right.
Now you're saying we should, your thing is like, yo, we wasting our time telling people that, which I agree. Like maybe we should.
Yo, my only thing is infinite power. That's all there is. I'm tapped in.
Hey man, yeah, tap in. Like you want to fuck with that shit, then you're gonna tap out. But hey, that's all you.
What I understand and where I be coming from.
I want to know where the 4 ciphers came from. Like when, what point, what time exactly, what year and date was it exactly in history where the gematria just all of a sudden became 4 ciphers of English? I mean, what a joke! It's not even Hebrew anymore
here's
at
the problem.
all.
When they realize that the Egyptians, the Cometics, right, Sumerians were reaching a conscious level that they wasn't there yet. So misery loves company. When you see right talking with you Cuts and talking with Tre, and he's bringing people together without the need of any magical shit, but he's doing it from his heart, there's people that say, oh shit, we can't have that.
Yeah, they're so mad.
When you had the ancient civilizations, the ancient cultures that were advancing in their societies because they reach a certain level of spirituality and consciousness, you had certain groups of people who were jealous, they were bitter, and they usurpers. So they hijacked the temples, they stole the sciences, they stole the knowledge. I mean, come on, man. The story of Christ is nothing new. The story of the cross is nothing new. The story of the hereafter and resurrection, the numbers and 3 and the Trinity and all this is nothing new. But they tell you that the only way to do it, you got to know Jewish systems. That is not true.
No, pass the collection plate. That's the only way.
I actually looked up some research and looked all through all the 3 different types of Kabbalah, the one with the K and the one with the C and the one with the Q. And when we looked, we were looking for where it says there's 4 ciphers of English and it's all of a sudden gematria now. And you know what? Their fake gematria is nowhere to be found. Not in the Kabbalah. It's not even, it might be in the Quillipoth, but that's speculative. Yeah. I mean, unbelievable.
As I say, the gematria is used in a Talmud. It's in a Talmud. Simple as that. It is actively used in the Jewish rabbi.
I looked up the Talmud too and listened to a lecture from a rabbi, and he said the Talmud isn't even actually technically supposed to be taken as law or anything like that. It's not part of the religion. It's not part of the law. It's just a speculative, imaginary. It's like some kind of like a practice of thought or something. It's not even supposed to be taken literally. Unbelievable.
And they do. And the entire Illuminati family, the blood. See that, like I said, the numbers and the concept that the Illuminati use, they were not meant to be bad things. They were meant to be a progression of our life, Hermes and thought, and just the progression, the scales of Juno, the scales of justice, the scales of Ma'at. These were just general universal principles that can be applied through any culture throughout the world, period. What happened was there was these hijackers who felt like if we can capture this knowledge, this mystic system, we can become swindlers, we can become deceivers, and we, like for example, usury, that's a sin. The Bible talks about interest, and if you want to go religious. So these people have beat us to the finish line, but they knew that eventually over time people like Glitch in the Matrix and Yeah Right Matrix, you both got the Matrix, we will all eventually catch up to them. And once we catch up to them in our own evolution, in our own consciousness, that you won't be able to hide it anymore. So what they're doing now, they're working in overtime to dumb society back down to a lower vibration so that we can go back to be, because we're our own, we're our own destruction, right? Glitch, like, it's up to you. Like, you could live in heaven or hell, your choice, man. You have the opportunity to break free, but if you allow yourself to eat the wrong foods, you allow yourself to be, like you said, Glitch, we continue to focus on this shit with him, all it's doing is lowering us back down to his level. And that's what they want. These people are stuck in a certain frequency and don't know how to raise up higher. So what do they have to do? When we start talking about love and creating a manifesting a life for ourselves and not falling into the bullshit drama and the traps, he has to do something to put us back on the script. He has to do something to have us talk about him, because Yeah Right was doing something so horrible as trying to get people to come together and be on some peaceful shit.
How dare you? Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
The whole system, this whole realm, this whole matrix is built on maintaining that status quo of keeping you in that dumbed down, in that box, in that state of never waking up and realizing you got all the power.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? In my opinion, teaching fake gematria is like one of the most dumbest, downest things you could possibly do in this reality.
Yes.
But that's why I said, Cuts is you really have to think about your role in this. These embers, which is small little.
I know I
embers
have
of
a bad
flame.
role. I know I'm the worst. I'm a fallen. I'm not as enlightened, and I'm not a guru. I'm not claiming. I just respond. I'm just like,
Now here's
You
the
could choose to live in fear. You could choose to live in fear or man up and figure it out. We could all we all
man
had
up.
We're just
Exactly.
manning
That's
up,
what
you
we're
know?
doing.
It's
We
like all
man
we gotta
up
do.
and we tell
It
the
could
truth.
be way worse for all of us.
yeah.
Let's try to understand that.
and that's what I'm saying.
I'm actually grateful
We
for
got it
everything
so good
that I
here
do
still. It's crazy.
So this is what I do here, and I'm gonna get out of here. But here's what I do in my own personal life, outside and within the platform, is I use, like Yeah Right said, I use facts and education. I drop the facts and I'm gone. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care if you tear it up, rip it up, because it's not me. I think if we want to continue to talk about gematria, I think it should be, take this dude out of it. This dude has shit to do with what we're talking about. Him and his. It should be, hey guys, look, man, I came across some shit about this. Learn it and move and keep moving. Keep moving in your life. No different if I was to tell people about drug addiction. Like, hey guys, look, man, LSD is bad for you. It causes brain damage. It can fuck you up. Just don't do it. Here's some information. Your choice. And just keep it moving. Move on to the next topic. To constantly stay in this topic day in and day out is because this guy likes the buzz that we generate for him. There are people that hear us talking about him, and he could be having fucking fake bots on his fucking YouTube channel, and all of a sudden, this guy generate a little bit of buzz again. I don't want to give this guy no buzz, no shit. Leave me the fuck
Not even
alone.
worth saying the name.
You guys noticed me on my last live streams when I came back. I didn't even say his name. I'm like, yo, dude, I call him Count Dracula.
It's not even worth it.
Not even worth
That's
it.
what they want.
I'm gonna drop one more jewels while we end this out, round this out. So I'm gonna read it, and we're gonna clear out the house. But I'm gonna read it to close it off. So if a motherfucker watch the beginning and they watch the end, they'll see. There's a lot of research out there. All y'all gotta do is look. It ain't my fault motherfuckers ain't looking. Just like the whole Constitution thing. All you gotta do is look. I did the Constitution earlier today. I did love earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know, the Constitution ain't for you, motherfuckers. To keep the government in check. I mean, it's as simple as that. So, I just want to read this one more rabbit out of the hole, but I'm sure nobody's ever heard of this person, because I've never heard of, that community talk about Arthur Edward Waite. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Arthur Edward Waite?
No.
Arthur Edward Waite, a prominent.
That sounds good to me. Let's hear it.
A prominent occultist and Masonic scholar, right? What he did is, I'm gonna read what he I'm gonna use what he used gematria for. Arthur Edward Waite used gematria in his occult writings and teachings, particularly in his work on tarot, Kabbalah, and Hermeticism. Here are some of the ways he employed gematria. Now, number one, Tarot connections. He died in 1945. So he was around when kind of Aleister Crowley was around. He was actually from Britain. So he used it with tarot connections, right?
Hermetic Kabbalah with a Q.
Waite linked tarot cards to Hebrew letters and words. Hebrew letters. See that? Hebrew letters and words using gematria to uncover hidden meanings and symbolism. He believed this revealed deeper connections between the tarot and the Kabbalistic principles. All right. Numerical symbolism. Waite assigned numerical value to words, phrases, and symbols, exploring their mystical.
I'm outside right now, so not myself.
He believed certain numbers held sacred or divine significance, reflecting the harmony and balance of the universe. Kabbalistic interpretations. Waite applied gematria to interpret Kabbalistic texts such as the Zohar and the Sefer Yetzirah. He sought to uncover hidden meanings and connections between Hebrew words, phrases, and numbers. Angelical language. See, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
That's the rabbit. Let me say the rabbit hole of the names of the angels in gematria. There's a chart like a magic square with the 72 names of the words of the angels. Just so you guys know.
Let me finish this up. Angelical language. Waite used gematria to decipher the Enochian language, also known as the angelical language, which was believed to hold divine secret and mysteries. Number 5.
The Enochs and the Giants. Go ahead.
Biblical analysis. Waite applied gematria to biblical texts, seeking to uncover hidden symbols, codes, and meanings behind specific words, phrases, and stories. Now, check this out. What was his dangers, right? Hold on, I almost lost it. I just want to read the dangers of what he said, just like I read what Aleister Crowley said, just what I read what Manly P. Hall said about the dangers of using gematria. Arthur Edward Waite was hold on, wait. Oh shit, hold on. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, right here. Oh, hold on. I just lost it. Give me a second. Oh, right here. Arthur Edward. I got so much shit. It's keep sending everybody here. We're gonna educate them, right? Arthur Edward Waite, a prominent. He expressed caution and warned about the potential dangers of gematria in his writings. He noted that gematria can be a dangerous guide unless carefully and judicially used. Okay, that was from. You can go check this book out. There's a PDF out there, The Secret Doctrine in Israel, and that was by him. Now the next one, a method of deciphering which is exceedingly liable to abuse. This is from the book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mag, and that was a book he wrote. Waite emphasized that gematria should be used with discernment and caution, as it can lead to misinterpretation and misapplication of symbolism, overemphasis on numerical values at the expense of spiritual understanding, obsessive focus on codes and ciphers, potentially leading to mental imbalance, misuse by those seeking to validate preconceived notions or bases. Waite encouraged responsible, informed use of gematria, recognizing its potential value in uncovering hidden meanings, but also warning against its potential pitfalls. Now, that's 3 people, and I got a whole bunch more, that talked about the dangers of doing this. Now,
that's kind of heavy.
Now, he was into the actual Hebrew language. It wasn't like Aleister Crowley and Manly P. Hall. He was into the, this was more real shit right here. He was into with the Hebrew language.
Probably scared the shit out of him.
It's dangerous in there. And it also, tarot cards. And Trey the other, he was talking about something. He don't understand spirituality. It sounds good and this and that, but This shit is all spiritual.
Sounds like it to
Yeah,
me.
it's the book of the Abramelin or whatever, and it's like a guide to how to use magic, and you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
supposed to be doing none of this garbage with doing it wrongly,
Exactly.
incorrectly. That's what it says.
Well, look, this motherfucker. Look, I'm about to get out of here. This motherfucker got me in a spell right now, but I'm about to break that motherfucking spell. I'm done talking about it. Right, Glitch? Hey, I'm done
Hey,
talking. I'm about to fucking reverse
So
this spell.
Matrix pretty much said this Kabbalah shit scrambling your brain. out
Yep,
here.
yep. It said that, dog. It said that shit.
Yeah, we're
Yo,
gonna
facts. You said it. Read that shit again. Yeah, right. It said it's fucking with your head.
we're gonna bounce up on too. So,
Yo, I'm out of here. This shit crazy. All right, G.
Hey, all right. Hey, pass the
All right,
collection plate.
Hey
before you
man,
go.
nice to meet you, Matrix. Glitch, nice to meet you, man. Cheers.
Yeah,
I
much
like-
love to
salute,
you guys.
salute.
Peace and love.
Yeah, I like
appreciate
you,
this
Glitch.
chat.
You-
This
you
is
cool.
amazing.
You cool. I like Glitch, man. That's what's up, man.
Here's the
Hashtag
key to
play.
enlightenment. Here's how I figured everything out. I threw away everything I've been taught and said, you know what? I don't give a F about anything. Forget everything. I gave up on, clinging on to any constructs and concepts. And
it's just-
now I'm living my best life right
It's-
now.
yeah,
I don't have to work ever again. I get whatever I want.
That's
just-
awesome, man.
it's just-
Independence.
man, you just detach from everything. No, there's nowhere to,
Yeah, in a false system, man, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Find your own way.
yeah.
It really is.
You gotta control the matrix yourself. Be the architect, goddamn.
Hell yeah. Build that shit yourself.
Man.
All right, yo. I'm out of here.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Facts.
Man.
All right, y'all.
Salute,
Peace.
salute.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your
Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader. Mind reader. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins.